In the words of Queen, don't stop me now. Because I'm having a shit. Hey Space Cadets and Airheads, welcome to Season 3 of Not 40 Just Blank. It's a radical and righteous podcast in which each episode we take you back to the bodacious 1980s, looking back at news, TV, sports, film and music of a single year of that bitchin' decade. It sounds mega. So come and join us on our latest gnarly journey, dudes, as we head back to the 80s, the decade that fashion forgot, right here on Not 40 Just Blank. Well, hello there, Blankers, and thanks for joining us for another brand new episode of Not 40 Just Blank. We are continuing the white-knuckle roller coaster thrill ride that was the 80s, this episode seeing us travel back to nosy at the goings-on of 1981. Now, joining me as ever are the two foremost authorities on the 80s, according to them. It's Phil and Del. Good evening, my beauties.
Evening.
Hello, mate.
How are we well?
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Lovely
Very.
stuff.
Except for I want to be called Joe Snow for the whole episode.
I can see what I can do. I will make a note of it, and I will forget.
You
within
know
seconds.
nothing, Joe Snow.
Joe
Joe
Snow.
Snow.
Joe Snow better go. Duh. No, I don't really.
Any reason why you want to be called Joe Snow? Or?
I just like to. I looked in the mirror today and think,
Who am I today?
You should be a Joe Snow.
You should be a Joe
totally
Snow.
be a Joe Snow.
Well, let's make that happen.
If you
Dreams really can come true on podcasts.
It is, but I don't think I can keep it up the whole thing. But what I can keep up
It is a
careful.
massive
Be
robot
careful.
chubby. No, we're going down that path. Here we go.
I put a suggestion. Can we do the whole show as in a musical?
Wow, I mean, I was on board with the Joe Snow. I think a musical might be a step too far.
I think we struggle just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Not-
Let's
What about
let's
an
keep that
opera?
one on a
An
back
opera?
burner, maybe. Yeah, maybe an end of season
I
finale.
go, if we can't do a musical, let's go harder and do an opera.
There I go.
Let's do it all in
Jim.
incredibly high soprano voices.
Jimmy, have you got the news today?
Not yet.
Oh fuck! Are you going to Phil?
No,
Sipping his beer.
Phil's already got his
Looking
mouth full. The
confused.
classic consummate professional that he is. He's already eating and drinking halfway through.
He is
Right.
eating a drink.
He's eating a drink and he's drinking an eat.
He's drinking an eight.
So before he gets all stuffed and has a heart attack, let's crack on with 1981, shall we, gentlemen?
Yo.
Right. So obviously no personal memories again. So shall we see?
I did. I've got one.
Have you really got one?
What? Oh.
Shut the front door. So we were three at this point.
Yeah.
Was
You've
it the
got a
old-
memory.
I did a really big shit in my nappy. yeah.
Three.
What? Are we talking about today? Or are we talking about in 1981?
To be fair, yeah, probably both.
Are you into that fetish, Phil?
Yeah.
Adult baby.
Yeah.
Well, it's only another 10 years. We might need them for reals, mightn't we? So who knows?
It's true.
So just to confirm, back at 3, you did a big poo, and you were wearing a nappy at 3.
Yeah, now I'm
3
saying-
o'clock.
Now
3
I'm
o'clock.
saying it.
3
Hang on,
o'clock.
but
3 o'clock today.
3
could have been
o'clock.
two
3 o'clock today.
two and three quarters. I would have been.
Is
I would say it's still too old to be in a nappy, but it's okay.
If you did do a poo in your pants today, Phil, just putting it out there,
Yeah.
who would in your house change your nappy?
That's a great question. Maybe you should ask that to all
It would
the
have to be,
guests.
well, it'd have to be Claire, wouldn't it?
Would it?
Would it?
I think she'd
You
she'd
couldn't
say
have the
no.
kids do it. God, I mean,
Okay.
you're getting to that point where your kids have to.
It's
What
going to
about
be good.
Harvey? You're a Labrador.
Yeah,
It's going to be, to be fair, it's going to be great training for about 30 years' time, isn't it,
Yeah.
when they are going to be sadly changing
I
that.
just love to see like the kids' faces. They run down the stairs for like dinner.
What's for dinner, Mum? What's that
Changing your
smell?
nappy.
Phil's lying on the floor with his legs in the air, getting his bum talcum powdered by his wife. That's
Pseudo
love.
cream rubbed on it.
That is, well, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't nappy rash, do you? Nasty biz.
Nappy
How did we get on to Phil getting his adult nappy changed when I said, should we see what was happening with the news?
Phil said he pooed himself in a minute.
Oh, that was it. That was the breaking news of the day.
That was the breaking
Well,
wind, and then he broke his poo-poo.
Let's move away from the breaking news of today and go back to the breaking news of 1981. First seamless link
Oh.
under my belt.
Well done.
Okay.
Good
What was
skills.
happening back in 81? Mr. Reynolds, got any news for us?
Oh, yes, I have.
Oh, yes.
Dynasty debuts on US TV.
Oh,
Straight away,
really?
you in for the telly stuff.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
not caring about the format point in any way, shape,
on the
or
wrong
form.
No, I've got that on there as well. Yeah, no, forget that.
Oh,
then.
duplication.
Duplication.
All right, let's go.
Get
First,
him out, Terry.
first London Marathon.
Do you know, I had that as
Yeah.
well. The first London Marathon back in 1981.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Do you know who won it?
Tony Soprano.
No.
Seb Coe.
No. Francois McKenna.
No, is that completely made up?
Of course
Bill?
it is.
Of course it is. As I was looking at it, I was like, that's bollocks.
Could have got away with it. I was sold. I was like, okay.
It would have gone away it for it wasn't for you pesky kids.
Actually, I want to be called Francois McKenna. for the
Yeah,
rest of the show.
forget
Not-
Joe Snow.
Joe Snow's too
Joe
boring.
Snow's dead.
Yes.
Francois
Grand.
McKenna. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Noted and done. It was a year of firsts, is what I've got down for 1981.
Oh, yeah.
Shall I give you a quick rattle through of some of the firsts
Yeah,
that happened
go
in
on.
the year? Are you ready? Starting big.
Oh.
First home base opens in Croydon. Boom. Smashed it.
Still going strong.
Just in
Smashed it. Just Croydon. That was the first home
Still going
base.
strong?
Still going strong.
Home base
Is the
for home-
Croydon branch still going strong there, do we know?
That I can't confirm or deny, but
Home
we'll
base
look
for
into it.
homeboys. Really?
Home base for homeboys. The first ever Sunday games in the Football League were played.
Oh, really?
In
Oh, really?
1981,
Where'd
yeah.
you find that shit out?
I've got sources coming out of my era.
So there was no Sunday
God.
League until
God.
1981?
No, so Sunday games in the Football League.
Oh, right, okay.
So
I thought
they
you
were
meant,
always Saturday at
I thought you
3
meant
o'clock
just Sunday
kickoff.
League. That's what I was forgetting. Did you find that out?
No, I mean, that would have been a great stat, wouldn't
Wow.
it? But, yeah, so they started playing Sunday games in the Football
Okay.
League. Boom, another one. I've got
Was it that early as well, actually?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
surprising. Oh.
the first female cocks to win the boat race in
Hang on.
1981.
Females have got cocks. Is that what you're saying?
More the lady that sits at the front of the boat and shouts at them.
Oh, right. Okay,
As opposed to,
So there's a lady that shouts at cocks.
specifically, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she's very angry.
It's like a dominatrix.
I think she's been through a bad breakup, if I'm honest. She's just very
got some
angry at
trust
penises.
issues going.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve Davis won his first World Snooker Championships.
Ooh, did he
Bang,
really?
81, done. Moira Stewart, the first black newsreader on the BBC.
Yeah,
81, bang.
She was hot.
Less good news, first person to die of an AIDS-related illness in the
Did it
UK
really?
Oh, God.
in 1981.
Where was that? Do you know?
Hospital.
Yeah,
I don't know where exactly, unfortunately.
it's Francois
So, yeah.
McKenna.
It was Francois McKenna.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was lots of that sort of stuff going on. Lots of
1981, was
firsts.
that how early it was? Wasn't it?
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
yeah. Sad times. I mean, I've got lots of other news, but they were all my firsts.
That's good.
1 point from the last episode as well. We mentioned Rear of the Year.
Ooh.
Yes, well, I was
Do you
gonna-
remember? Were you going to come on to this?
Yeah,
'Cause
Oh,
I looked-
really?
'cause that was going to
Wow.
be a new section.
I really looked
Oh.
into this. Bit too hard, if I'm honest. But 1976, it was Barbara Windsor. It was just a publicity stunt, and it was just
really?
all like a one-off.
Oh, is that what I said?
That's why
Because I said there was a big gap.
Yeah. So 1981, they
Felicity
started
Kendall.
it. So this is the very first one. of the
Oh, so
actual
she won the
awards.
official.
She won the first official one. Felicity Kendall. So we'll be keeping an eye on that through the. Through
Oh,
the
no, if you've
decades.
kept an eye on it, because I was going to do that as a kind of quiz.
Oh no! Sadly, I know all about them. I know when they brought the Mail Award in. All manner of things.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, Felicity Kendall really.
This is no longer though. It's no longer. It finished
it
in
not?
2019.
Oh, no. Heartbreaking. Really?
Heartbreaking news.
Why did it get cancelled?
Massively.
Can we do our own one?
disgusting. I think we could.
Why can't we just do our own Rear of the Year?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Just choose
Are you
between
winning-
our ears.
You winning the first one?
Yeah. So we'll go. So when did it finish? 2019.
2019, yeah.
Right, so we'll go back to 2020, 21,
And
22.
look at
And we'll,
millions of pictures
we'll
of
pick
buttocks.
our own Rear of the Years.
I'm going with Chris Rea. Yeah.
Nice. Christine Lebottomley. Who knows? Yeah, let's do that then. Okay, we'll introduce that. Nice. Look out for that in.
for fine ass.
Yeah, not Footy Just Blank, the home of buttocks. Sponsored by, I don't know.
Chicken
Nappies.
in the road.
What we could do is.
Oh God, he's thinking. This is when it gets dangerous.
Da-da-da.
What we
Yeah,
could
the
do is
countdown music.
we could do
Here
like
it comes. Here it comes.
I could
put
do-
nominees forward and then people pick them and then it goes through to the next round
a
until we get the
knockout
eventual winner.
tournament.
Oh,
Ooh,
a
intriguing.
knockout of us.
Yeah.
We'll leave. Now
So
you
like
haven't got the Joe
groups,
Bizarrely challenge.
Groups of 4.
We'll let you have the Buttocks World Cup.
Yeah, yeah, I'm liking this.
Okay, that's
Okay, leave that with me.
That very much falls on your
Ooh.
shoulders, Phil. Are you man enough to take this
List
on?
the blankers are getting excited.
Needs,
now. Woo.
And by blankers, we
Vic
mean
Reeves
you
leg
again.
rub. Bar,
It's happening.
bar.
So let's leave that with you, but go back to the news of 81.
Okay.
What else did you find out, Mr. Redden, that wasn't telly related?
Bucks Fizz win Eurovision.
They bloody did, didn't they?
Making your mind up.
They certainly did. Was that the one with the whole rippy off
Yep,
skirts thing?
It was.
Did well there.
That
Did
was,
well. Well done, Fizz.
No, that was Peter Sutcliffe.
He did rip off
Yeah.
skirts. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. I don't think they were neon though, were they?
No, there was no.
No
It's,
neon.
I've kind of got another.
Oh,
It's
God.
not a TV show first. It's a channel. It was MTV started in the US.
It did.
It did, yeah.
It did, absolutely.
Kind of
Yeah, no,
doesn't
that
fall into
definitely news.
Do you know the very first song?
Oh, I have heard this before.
The not the Ruddles. The
Video Killed the
Buggles.
Radio
The
Star.
Bungles, yeah.
Video Killed the Radio Star.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Do you know the second one?
Radio Killed the Video Star.
No, Chesendove.
Phil killed the video.
Yeah, okay.
Who knows? I've got the Sinclair ZX81 computer was
Shitting me.
launched.
Oh.
Fucking loved it. I used to have one of them.
It all
Tape
changed.
recorder
Do you remember
included.
you
Oh, I
could
would
code
imagine
your own games as well?
Yeah.
Used
What's
to
the
do
pointless waste of time that
That
was?
took fucking hours.
Yeah, and it
and
never
like
bloody
one
worked.
dot wasn't right, and it
Yeah,
didn't
was
work.
gone. Absolute carnage, isn't it? Well, that's going through the bloody window. Next.
We had a lot of patience as kids, didn't we?
Well, there was nothing really on, was there? If you didn't have MTV, what else was there, really? 3 channels, that was it. Rupert Murdoch, I'm going to
Yep.
go on to that crazy oligarch, bought the Times and the Sunday Times to add to the Sun and
We did a
started
lot.
taking over what we thought, when we thought it, and who we should vote for.
He went on to Sky, didn't he?
He's bought so much. He owns
He bought- oh, okay.
hundreds of publications
Is he like
around the world
Monopoly,
and stuff.
basically?
He's
Yeah.
just a massive pain in the arse for everyone. Obviously, lots of IRA activity. Tragically, that was the decade we were living through. And then lots of Labour MPs decided to split from the party and form what would become the Liberal Democrats. A little bit of politics.
Oh, really?
A little bit of
Okay.
politics there. Only other thing I had, the official engagement and then marriage of a certain Prince Charles and Lady Diana
Lady
Spencer.
Di. Ooh.
And now it's almost time for his bloody coronation.
Yeah. Gosh, that's a long
Wow.
time, isn't it?
Very apt, isn't it? Yeah.
And that
In
bloody
1940
quiche.
42
years later.
He finally gets a step up to the big plate.
Yeah. Him and his bloody quiche.
I've got Brixton riots. As
There were
well.
riots
Loads of
everywhere,
riots.
actually, when you look at it,
Yeah.
because there was still like mass
Toxteth
unemployment,
riots.
Toxteth
Yeah.
in Liverpool, Peckham, Birmingham, Derby.
You had the John
millions
McEnroe.
of
You could not be
John
serious.
McEnroe riots.
The John McEnroe riots. He was weeding.
Yeah, it was.
He
He
kicked
was
off.
started
He
his
did
own
kick
one.
off,
Yeah, he
yeah.
had the
Was that
you
year?
could not be serious. Yeah,
Surely
incident.
you've got an impression up your
You
sleeve.
cannot be serious.
Wow. There you go.
To be fair, they're getting
I've been
better.
practicing, haven't I?
They are getting better.
NASA launched first space shuttle mission.
Did he really?
Did it? Oh,
They-
what?
No, surely.
Oh, it's got to be called a
I was
Challenger.
gonna
A
say,
Challenger one. I
They
think.
launched the first space shuttle mission.
Apparently
They've
so.
been on the moon 20 years before.
No, I don't know.
Rockets.
what I
That
read.
was shuttles. Was later, wasn't it?
And then get this for a bit of news.
Go on then. That was very exciting.
Britain
Yeah, I know
was
it.
hit by
I've got this.
105 tornadoes in a single night.
Yeah, 5.5 hours.
What?
A European
105
record.
tornadoes.
Yeah.
Wow.
European record, yeah.
And we moan about global warming now, eh?
Well, on that, it was the coldest temperature since 1874 and the heaviest snowfall.
105 tornadoes sounds like something Channel 5 would do.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for that.
We have done 42 dogs in a 3-bed semi.
Oh, really?
So I'm fairly sure we can do 104 tornadoes. I'll look to pitch that as soon as possible.
What about a 3-inch semi and 42 dogs?
That is a slightly different channel you might be thinking of there. That was a Red Shoe Diary, I think, when it went really weird. That scene. Oh, what a horrifying thought.
Barbara Woodhouse is spinning in her grave.
Down, boy.
No.
Any other news that we can think of from back
No, I
then?
think that was it.
It was a weird little year, wasn't it? So
I've got some.
what have you got, Richie Dizzle?
Bob Marley died. Ronald Reagan was shot.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't die.
Yeah, photo shoot. No, you got assassination attempts. Donkey Kong debuted.
Was it really?
Yes.
Oh, wicked. So
And-
last year was Pac-Man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was, but they actually tried to get the rights for Popeye.
Popeye, the
Popeye,
cartoon,
as
the
in
Sailor Man
with
thing.
olive oil, obviously Popeye, and there was
Wimpy Hamburglar was his
Pluto.
name, was it? Pluto.
So that's what they tried to do. They couldn't get the rights for it, so they ended up creating their own characters,
Oh,
which are
hence
there
Donkey
for
Kong.
Donkey Kong. And Mario wouldn't have been Mario; it would have been Popeye.
Popeye.
Yeah.
Shitty now.
All along them things. Ex-heavyweight champ Leon Spinks, not Spunks. Leon does spunk, but he spinks. He doesn't stink or spinks. He spunks. He spinks. Leon Spinks. That's one. Leon Spinks was mugged.
All that he got mugged.
Yes,
a boxer got mugged.
He thinks he spinks. He spunks. He spinks.
He spinks. Therefore, he is.
He speaks. Leon Spinks was mugged. He was knocked out.
I think that's gone on for nearly a minute. They were
did.
just doing spinks.
He spinks. He spunks. He thinks. He dunks. He awoke to find himself naked after he'd been mugged.
That'll
They stole £45,000 worth of jewellery off of him, and also his gold teeth. So he woke up naked and with no teeth.
With no teeth.
The fuck did they do to him?
Well, they knocked him out. They must have clubbed him over the head or something like that. So there you go.
Wow, Leon
Ripped
Spinks.
his teeth out.
Only
Yeah,
eating
he had
soup.
gold teeth. He's famous for having no teeth when he beat Muhammad Ali. I think he won the world championship
No,
and
after that he
then
won't.
spent all his money. I think he
Getting
got a
some
rematch.
choppers.
Ali won the rematch back. And then he got crazy money for the fight, and I think he just went to pot. I don't think he even bothered training for the rematch and all that.
Like he went to
stuff.
Lally, just went, fuck it.
Yeah,
Just
pretty much.
Enjoy myself now.
Spinked it all up the wall.
Spinks it up the wall. Delish.
Janet Cook was awarded the Pulsar Prize
It's
for
the Pulsar Prize.
It's a prize in
Pulsars.
It's I think it's a writing prize in
Okay.
for news in America about an 8-year-old heroin addict called Jimmy's World. That was the piece.
8-year-old heroin addict.
Yes, you went into great detail about this poor boy, but it turns out it was absolute bollocks. She made it all up, and she had to hand back her award. So
Cheeky mare. What was her
Yes.
name again? Let's name and shame her again.
Janet Cook.
Janet
Cook.
Janet Cook.
Right, so here we go with this one. A man whose penis fell
Hang on a
off.
second. Have you gone into weird news now? Because you got to like do your intro.
Is this weird news?
It's not ABC news, so I might have to do a new one.
Oh, well.
Weird news.
That is particularly weird.
Is that weird?
That's weird enough for me.
It weren't normal.
I was going for normal, actually.
Nothing about this is. Nothing about this is.
Weird news.
Okay, here's weird news.
Weird news. A man whose penis fell off had to be reattached to his arm. He spent 6 years basically with a penis on his arm. Malcolm MacDonald from Norfolk. He was
Of course he was from bloody Norfolk.
but he was homeless for a while. And he caught sepsis. And he one day went to the toilet, and his penis went black, and his knob fell off. They didn't say knob in the actual write-up,
His
but
knob fell off
penis
his
fell off.
forearm.
Yeah, so that's what happened to him.
Hang on. I've got loads of questions.
Loads of questions. I don't think Dell's got the answers, but we could find out.
There was a big
stuff.
article in it.
So that's what caused, and then he had it after that put onto his arm.
Yeah. So he had to have it
What is that?
he had to have it skin grafted, and then he had to have. I think it was.
Why only for 6 years?
Only 6 years. I think that's quite long.
I know,
enough.
but I'm just why that period? What happened after that? He had it put back down there.
Well, I think they moved it back, but he had something in. He had to have a pump up penis. Have you ever heard of a pump up penis?
like a pop-up pirate.
Pump up pirate,
But there's
a pump up penis. Yeah, so
Who,
like
from Mattel?
Well, no, like you get guys who have like prostate cancer and stuff like that. I think they had the whole prostate sucked out with a vacuum and that, and basically this is like legit. I'm not
Yeah.
like, and I think in some cases the prostate is damaged, so you have to have like a pump.
A manual,
basically,
yeah,
I think you pump up a
inflator,
testicle
essentially.
to inflate your boner, so to speak. That's what exactly what the doctor would say.
So to speak.
That's exactly how a doctor would put it.
That's exactly how
Squeeze
it
the testicle to inflate your boner, and
because that's where your pump is. Yeah.
That's
You
where
don't-
your pump is.
What you don't want is to have to like connect it to the mains to
would it
blow
be like
out.
sticking out like that, or would it be like laid across?
No,
his arm?
it was from the photographs. I'll show you later. I'll post it even on the,
So it was
on the
laying
page.
along the arm, not sticking up. from
Yeah,
the
it wasn't
arm.
sticking up.
No,
That would be
weird.
perverted.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be able to get a sleeve on, would you?
No, yeah, if you
Why's
rolled
your
up,
jumper look weird, Uncle Colin? That's
you
my
rolled
enormous
up your
boner.
sleeve.
Why you got a trouser tent on your arm?
That would be weird.
That would be weird,
But-
but it's in the right place.
But
Weird
even
news.
weirder, a zoo in Blackpool got people to dress up in inflatable bird costumes to scare away seagulls.
Well, to be fair, the seagulls in Brighton are bloody massive.
They are.
They're an absolute pest.
This is a woman dresses up her cat as a baby to smuggle drugs into a holiday resort in Russia.
There's so much in there, isn't there?
The lady was there is quite a bit. The lady was caught when the cat was overheard meowing, which led the lady to get caught with 170 grams of meth.
Wow, not just messing around, straight in with the good stuff.
So there you go. So that's all my weird news done, but I don't know if you're ready for
smokes.
Jim versus Phil.
I mean,
challenge.
Yeah.
After last episode,
I don't know if Phil is
annihilation.
You don't seem that pumped.
I was annihilated.
Yeah, was it 9-2? I think it was
Embarrassingly bad.
So there's some bad blood, isn't there?
I need a chance for redemption. Is what I need. So yes, I'm very much up for this.
Jim versus Phil challenge.
It sounds a lot
Bit like weird news.
Yeah.
Oh, Betty.
Okay,
That was turned into the Cookie Monster tonight.
hit us with some weird ass
Oh,
records.
Betty.
We need to
I got
do.
a bit of trouble.
It could be one of these episodes.
Frank,
He's had too much
right.
coffee.
What? Right, straight in, boys. Who's going first, by the way? Heads or tails?
Tails.
Right, Jim.
That seems reasonable. Okay,
Jim's got a tail.
I've got a tail and you've got a head, so that's how it works.
Right.
I'll go first. Okay.
What was the longest bout of hiccups ever?
The longest bout of hiccups?
And the answer is in years.
Shut up. It's in years. Jesus.
It's in years.
Okay, which
God,
makes me
Richard
think
He's got
Gears.
mental.
just constantly hiccup. There must be like a rule, but it's like there's 5 seconds between hiccup. Otherwise, you'd go insane, wouldn't you?
You would.
You'd
Especially
probably you'd think about ending it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Just insane.
I mean, just when you get hiccups like half an hour, that's
Yeah,
bad
it's
enough.
not bad enough. But we're talking years. Okay, so I'm going to
Would
go.
Would you eventually forget about it though, even though you're
I
hiccups?
suppose you learn to live with it, but it must be annoying as sin. You can't do anything, can you?
No.
All right.
Is it
I'm
just
gonna
years
say
or years and months?
No, just years.
just years?
I think
Okay.
years is good enough.
Years. Well, yes, long enough, isn't it? Just let's not add any more months on. I'm going to go for 6 years.
6 years.
I had 4 in my head before he said that, so I'm going to stick with that.
Okay. This is unbelievable.
He started again, hasn't he?
This is 68 years.
Shut up.
That's what it says. Yeah.
68 years. Of
68
hiccups.
years. So,
Bloody hell. I mean, I feel guilty about taking a point, but
We've got a lot
Jesus.
to get through, boys. So the closest one, obviously, Jim.
Have we? It's nearly midnight.
Jim has got a little note by 1.
1. Woo!
How many have we got exactly?
Signifies
You
it.
say that.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't got that many.
We'll do
Right.
best of 5.
So, what was the fastest ever talker recorded? And this
So this
was
is what?
so many words in so many seconds.
So how many seconds is it?
I'll tell you what, I will give. Well, yeah, I'll tell you the second. It's 23.8 seconds. How many
24
words?
seconds, how many words?
Did he say in
Go on,
23?
Reynolds.
And was it actually, you could understand what he was saying?
I suppose it's got to be legible. Hasn't
I guess so. Yeah.
it?
I'm not a word adjudicator.
So 23, so 53.
Boop-a-doo.
Oh, that's interesting. So you're thinking just over 2 words a second.
Yeah.
See, I think it's probably more than that. I think it's about 3 words a second. So I'm going to go for
down.
what's 2, 3 lots of 69.
69 and sorry,
53.
53. Jimmy takes it, but again, your way out is 260 words. Apparently.
No.
Apparently,
10 words a second.
Ooh, so 2-0.
Holy Christ.
2-0 to Jimmy.
I reckon we call it. Don't we? Yeah.
Right.
I'm
What,
getting
what,
nervous already.
what were the heaviest twins on record?
My
So-
testicles after a long summer.
They are pretty. What were they? Fat balls.
Hefty.
earlier?
Fat balls. Premium fat balls.
So this is not what they was born as. This was what they
became.
were. Yeah. what they
Okay, so
became.
we're talking 2. And what's the weight in kilos?
It's in stone.
Do we know what
So-
age this is at?
Doesn't really
I would
make
imagine
any
before-
difference, mate.
before
I'm
adults.
guessing they're adults. Put it
Yeah.
that
Okay.
way. So it's Billy and Benny McCary.
And this is the combined weight.
No. So you can get a point each for this. So you can give me Billy's weight in stone, and you can give me
okay.
Benny's
Okay.
weight in stone.
All right, I'm
They're
going to say
twins, yeah?
They're twins.
I'm going to
yeah.
say that they're going to be relatively the same, aren't they? I'm going to say they're both 60 stones each.
Oh, fucking hell, no, that's crazy.
I've gone mental, but because we've been so under,
I'm going
the
to
last 2
go
guesses
42 stone.
each.
Yeah.
What yours?
So mine's
was-
120 stone total, and
Mine
yours
was
is
84.
84.
So Billy was 53 stone. And Benny was 51 stone.
Holy moly!
What did you say?
So I said 60 for both.
Oh, you just
So I'm
got
closer, aren't I?
Cool.
Yeah. Holy moly.
3-0 to Jim.
Oh,
with
best of five,
1,
right?
2,
Best of
3.
five.
Well, there's 4 more, actually.
Four more. Oh, I could
Actually,
still
right.
lose this after such a strong start. Oh, the
Right.
panic is in me.
What was the most lightning strikes on a person?
On a single person.
One single person where he
But
survived.
over the course of their lifetime.
Yeah, he survived them. He basically survived every one of these lightning strikes.
Okay, so it's you to go,
Well,
Mr. Reynolds.
It's got to be one. Because lightning doesn't strike twice.
Okay, is that what you're going for, man?
Oh, that's very clever.
So over the whole lifetime, he got hit by lightning. How many times?
I mean, it's like
Yeah.
1 in a million odd chance anyway, isn't
crazy.
it? So the fact that he's got more than one is,
17.
I mean, you've gone from 1 to 17. That is
Okay.
quite the leap. 17 strikes. I feel like it might be just under that. 15.
Oh, Jimmy's wiping the floor with Phil.
Really?
It was 5, actually.
Oh.
It was just 5. Right.
We've been out on
Pretty
everything.
underwhelmed.
There's 2 more. Do you want to do it for shits and gigs, or do you just want to do the last one and put Phil out of his misery?
If he wins this one, we'll call
Okay.
it quits.
Okay,
If
Right. What is the
I
fastest?
win it, then I'll still come
You
back.
can still smell a
you
victory.
can still come back.
Okay.
What's the fastest time ever typing using their nose?
What are they typing?
Like, as in typing words.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but how many words?
how many words? So I could say like a minute
No,
and a
is
half
it-
and it would mean nothing.
Well, it just says the fastest time typing using your nose. That's what it was.
They must have been typing something.
You know, I've got one sentence, I've got a book to write. It's like,
Okay,
the complete works of Shakespeare, or is it just help?
doesn't matter. Yeah, okay. We'll scrap that one.
That
then.
is a tricky one to answer.
Okay.
I mean,
Right.
I feel like I
Okay.
would have won it.
Okay.
16.
What was the most? Okay, we're going to this. The last one anyway.
Okay.
So the most nails hammered in by using a human head in 1 minute. What was
Okay,
it?
so that's got some proper
Yeah.
right headbutting,
Fucking hell.
nails into wood using the head
Yeah.
in a minute.
In a minute.
Sugar. I mean, one, I don't want to think about how much pain that person's in.
He was apparently a martial arts expert.
I was
I was saying, it's
do you
got to
know
be
what?
something like that.
If I was going to guess, I would have thought, Shaolin monk or something of that ilk.
Might be.
I'm going to say I've been out on everything.
No, it's
so far.
actually Charlene Spiteri from Texas,
Charlene
lead singer of
from
Texas.
Neighbours.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go for 82.
82 nails.
I feel like it's too many. But I have been so far out.
That's more than one a minute. Bam.
1 second.
1 second, so yeah.
Definitely more than 1 minute.
It's a good number, though.
It's not bad,
done
though,
a
is
good
it?
number, though.
I'm happy with it. But I feel it's too many.
74.
74.
come under.
They're 20 nails.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
even
get a
that
point.
20 is fucking stupid, isn't
Yeah.
it? Let's be brutally honest.
Right.
So what was that?
It was
5-1, wasn't it? Or something?
4-1.
4-1.
4-1.
Jim versus Phil.
I'm back. I'm
Challenge.
back, baby. We'll call last week a blip.
You are back, mate.
I'm back. Yes. Right, gentlemen, we're going to rumble on and we're going to look at the TV of 1981. And I'm going to say now, it was a good year. A damn good year. Shall I start? Shall I be mother?
Go
Yeah,
for
go
it.
for it, man.
I want to go in with a big one.
Go on.
Only Fools and Horses starts.
Wow.
Bang. Done. Telly.
Yeah.
Completed.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolute banger.
Let's pack it up now, then.
We've mentioned it before. It's bloody brilliant.
It's amazing.
It's just too good. It didn't start particularly well.
No, I was
So
going to
they
say,
wouldn't-
how did you find the first series?
It was still good, but yeah, I mean, it didn't get
Going with
not
it.
nothing.
It was,
they
it was
nearly
dropped,
axed it.
wasn't
Series
Yeah,
one, I think,
after
didn't they?
1 and 2, it just didn't do the numbers, and it suddenly came back. and
Imagine
just
if they
found its
axed
feet.
it.
The stuff that we would have
Imagine if
missed
they
out
axed
on.
it,
Can you imagine
yeah.
that Batman and
Yeah.
Robin just running down the road and stuff.
Yeah, man.
it's we've mentioned it before. I'm sure we'll mention it again. It's bloody brilliant.
So it was nearly going to be called Reddies as well. Did you know that?
Yes,
Really?
yeah.
Reddies, yeah.
Yeah, all about cash. Like,
Oh, right, okay, really?
That's apparently what it was originally titled as.
but yeah, Only Fools and Horses
Horses,
makes a
yeah.
lot more sense, doesn't it?
Lo-
But it's a banger. I've also got Sorry started
Yeah.
as well.
Oh,
you know
I used
the
to love that.
Ronnie Corbett.
Timothy. Sorry,
Timothy.
mother. Yeah, Ronnie Corbett.
Timothy. Yeah, that's
But
amazing.
he was written by two of the guys that used to write for the two Ronnies.
Oh, really?
And it sort of came across when he.
I used to
got his
love
own
the
vehicle.
theme tune again for it. It's just bizarre.
What
it
was
used to
it?
be a proper.
I can't remember it.
Do, boo.
Yeah, it was a lot of that kind of high pitched.
Boo. Yeah, it's just
Was it?
it's nonsense, but
Yeah, it was
it's
a
like you're
one.
back in the room, Phil. I thought you-
Well, I'm going to. There's going to be a few. I'm going to ask you for the theme tunes for.
Are you going to add to
Okay.
that? Go on, hit us with another one. In that case.
Is it punchlines with Lenny Bennett?
No.
Oh, damn it.
Hill Street Blues.
Cross that one out.
We got the theme tune for Hill Street Blues.
Oh, the Hampshire
Oh,
Blues, I do
I know.
remember that.
I can't remember it, but I'm pretty sure it weren't that. What about Dynasty?
I feel like Francis McKenna's failed on
What about
that one.
Dynasty? That was Dallas, wasn't it? Yeah, that was Dynasty. And it had the screen went in like three
split.
sections.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, yeah.
Yeah, that was Dynasty.
That was Dynasty. That was a
Well
bang.
done.
Absolute
The Fall
banger.
Guy.
Oh, the unknown stuntman.
Will I
Come
not come to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farah.
Yeah.
I've never been with anything less but a man so fine.
It's a banging tune.
There you go.
It's an absolute
The
banging
classic
tune.
one we all know. We've done it before.
Oh, I want to do it. Is
Go
it-
on.
Bow, bow, bow. Bergerac.
Classic.
Absolute banger.
All right, here's this one then. Cagney and Lacey. Do you remember that one?
Oh,
I don't remember it.
Cagney and Lacey. Jesus. It's like we're looking for help, and every now and again you kind of expect Barry to go,
there.
I know it. But
Cagney
I
and
couldn't
Lacey.
say Cagney and Lacey. I remember watching it.
Yeah, it was a great programme, wasn't it?
Banging
Yeah,
programme. A lot of good knitwear. Cagney
Yeah.
and Lacey.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I'll tell you another one.
And Crease was in it as well from Karate Kid. He was a goodie in it.
You're absolutely right,
He was
yeah.
like the love interest as
Yes,
well, I think.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
There you go.
I'll tell you what there was. Bloody Postman Pat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Postman
yeah.
Pat
But there was a lot
style.
of animations. I've
There
got
was,
loads
yeah.
of
Got one of the ones you
Oh,
got
yeah.
there.
Oh,
The
mate.
Smurfs.
Will o' the Wisp.
Will o' the Wisp. Danger Mouse.
Willow the Wisp.
This one
man.
surprised
How can you
me.
just skip on Willow the Wisp?
This one
Will o' the
surprised
Wisp
me,
was
though.
good, but he's going to gloss over Danger Mouse, and Danger
I know
Mouse
that.
I loved with
Yeah.
most of
Oh,
my
yeah.
Kenny
heart
Williams
and
and-
special areas.
Oh, yeah. The
Fabulous.
Danger Mouse was amazing.
And this one surprised me, which I thought was much later, was D'Artagnan and the Three Musketeers.
No.
I thought it was much later.
And all for one, helping everybody. What a tune.
Oh, mate. Pigeon Street.
Yes. Yeah, I
was that one?
spotted
I
that
didn't-
one.
I didn't
Yeah,
cut that one.
if you
How did that go?
lived
On
in
Pigeon Street,
Yeah.
here are the people that you could meet.
I used to love Pigeon
Yeah,
Street.
loved that shit.
Long Distance Clara.
Diddly-doo-doo-diddly-doo-doo.
Oh,
I think that might be my
get
agent.
out.
That might be my agent on the phone. Just stop giving away all your good songs.
I've got Bullseye.
I bet you have. I thought your trousers were too
amazing.
tight.
It
Bullseye
was
was
Bullseye.
classic, though, wasn't it?
I'll still watch that now.
Yeah,
It's my go-to telly when there's nothing on.
I love
put
it.
Bullseye on. Just like
Classic.
Anything from patronising guests, like from calling them like beautiful if they come from Norwich or anything like that. Or like
And it's just the
Captain
audience as
Sam.
well,
Or
the audience.
the audience, the speedboat, the counting out the money seems to take forever.
Yeah, I'm gonna count. It's gonna take me the time it takes the board to revolve to count this out. It's 11 quid.
Yeah.
Come on, Jim. Put a tenner down and a
Yeah.
pound. You
There's a
dickhead.
tanker. Oh my god.
It's-
Bullet
There's
tanker
your
that says it up.
BFH.
That's your
BFH.
BFH. So many good bloody things, wasn't there? What else did I have done
I
here?
got Game for a Laugh if you remember that with the Kellys.
Kenny Rogers. No,
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny something. Who was he? Jesus, this is terrible. Kenny Lynch. Kenny Lynch.
Kenny
It
Rogers.
was. Kenny Rogers. That would have been a very
Singing
different show,
Islands
wouldn't it?
in the island somewhere.
Dear me. Kenny Everett was also
Yeah, I got that.
coming
Kenny
around.
Everett.
With Kenny Rogers.
With Kenny Rogers. All the Kennys, basically.
The Kenny show.
Oh my God, you killed
Oh,
Kenny. But yeah,
Kenny-
he left ITV, didn't he? Went over to the BBC.
Kenny Everett show. I think that was my first proper introduction into comedy. I just remember watching that and just
Was that with
being
him with like Cleo Rockus and
Cleo Rocker, Thingy Stunt, was it? Cupid Stunt.
Cupid Stunt?
And he was the thug he played. Sid
Snot.
Sid Snot. And there was loads
Best
of
possible
characters. It was
taste
great.
and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and
wasn't
the
it?
Massive two sets.
That's your best impression.
And when he does the Rod Stewart impression,
Oh, yeah.
and the arse
Buster.
just keeps on getting bigger and bigger, and it lifts him in the air. doesn't it?
So good.
Just or with Spider-Man just needing to go for a wee, and he just he can't go.
Does he,
he's
do
having
like,
rivals.
does he do like a Boy George one, come a comedian or something? There's a sketch he does. I always remember that one.
I think so. It was great considering he was a
very,
radio
very
DJ,
clever.
wasn't
Yeah,
he? It was,
absolutely.
It was
really
brilliant.
good.
Yeah, so I think that was amazing. That was. Do
There's quite a lot of actually.
you remember Benson?
Benson.
Yeah, I used to love
Is that a
Benson.
dog?
No, it was about a black butler, but it was just.
Oh, that rings a bell.
Yeah, it was just really. It was just really likable, but I haven't seen it back, so I don't know if it's like stands up or if it's sort of like
a bit
inappropriate.
suspect or
Yeah,
something.
but
yeah.
but,
Again,
yeah.
all of our caveats apply through the 80s, don't they?
Yes.
Very much. It was a different time. We can't be held responsible for what was the output of all that.
output. Rod, Jane, Freddie had a spin-off.
I had exactly written down that Rod, Jane and Freddie, because they were definitely in some form of love tryst, weren't they?
Yeah.
Menage a
Unmistakably
trois?
so. Yeah, very much so.
Marmalade Atkins. I don't know.
Marmalade Atkins, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was a bizarre program. She was kind of like a bad, cool, like sort of like a naughty schoolgirl, wasn't she?
That's it. Oh, man. Wood and Waters began on ITV as well.
Oh,
Julie
okay,
Wood
yeah.
and-
Did he really? Yeah, okay.
sorry, Julie Waters and Victoria Wood, yeah. And they were excellent at the time.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
really good, yeah.
We mentioned last week Magnum PI started in the States.
Yeah,
Obviously
it's
came
over
over
here
to,
when-
to us in 1981, changing tea times forever. And then I had Tom Baker leaving Doctor Who and Peter Davison
The best.
taking his place.
Peter
He
Davidson
was the best one.
was the best. Because
Yeah.
it was how, that was when I
our
think I
generation.
started to get into Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I remember when he regenerated from being Peter, I was devastated.
Went to
Sylvester McCoy.
No, he turned into Colin Baker.
Was it?
Yeah, Colin Baker.
Colin Baker, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Colin
the
Baker was
crazy
Sylvester
blondes.
McCoy, was it?
Yeah, it was,
They went
yeah.
through a period of curly hair.
But I remember being really like, he's
Colin
like, it was
Baker
like
weren't
my,
too bad, but
like my
Sylvester
world-
McCoy was like.
it's like my world
it's
was
almost
over
having-
though. But Peter Davison was the best for me. It was just like,
Yeah, no, I think you're right, mate. Yeah, when it's Sylvester McCoy, it's like it might as well just turn into like Joe Pasquale. It was that.
Yes,
sort of
it was
like,
very, very
I mean,
annoying,
yeah.
wasn't
I remember having the best
Wayne.
Doctor.
He went all wistful, and obviously it was about masturbation.
I had the best Doctor Who Easter egg in our Peter Davidson, like when he appeared at the door. It was like a TARDIS.
Oh, really?
And he pulled it and he cut out. It's
You
amazing.
remember that?
Yeah.
That far back?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a big
Did
memory.
you eat it, Phil, or did you just leave
Just
it?
looked
Yeah,
at it.
no, it was amazing. I was a big Doctor Who fan when I was younger. Yeah, like that age.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever get back into it? Or?
No, not really. No.
Couldn't top Davison.
No.
Not those thoughts. Those memories.
He used to wear the
are
cricket
strong.
jumper, didn't he?
He did, yeah,
He
he did.
absolutely
And no,
did,
nothing
right.
else.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing on the bottom. Just a cricket jump.
Thank you.
Yeah, just long enough to cover his googly. Thank you. What else can I tell you about telly? Sunday Grandstand started on BBC Two, took you through the summer.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
did like the really shitty sports.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah. Hockey.
Okay, squash.
Just weird
sort
stuff.
of that.
Yeah, a lot of squash.
I love playing squash, but to watch
Lot of
it, I
squash.
can't
Yeah, you're
stand
absolutely
it.
right. Very bizarre. Things ended though as well tragically in 1981.
It's got to be the longest TV section ever.
The Muppet Show
The end.
ended in
81.
1981. Feels too
They
early,
must
doesn't
have
it?
showed loads.
I'm sure they must have.
Yeah,
ended
I was
all
going to
loads
that.
of
say, because I remember
yeah.
watching that. It was,
Yeah. And did Wurzel Gummidge came to an end
And-
after a
oh,
couple
I
of
love
years?
Wurzel Gummidge,
You used to
yeah.
love a bit of
I
Wurzel.
love
didn't
Wurzel
you?
Gummidge, yeah,
Very
it was-
much so. Scared the shit out of me.
Did he really?
Well, at 35, it scared the shit out of me. Freaky ass bloody show. To the Manor Born, I think we touched on the Manor Born last ep.
But didn't that start last year?
It wasn't a long run.
It was
And then,
really that shit.
It Ain't Half Hot, Mum.
Yeah,
Remember
Ain't
that?
Half- oh, I
The
remember
very inappropriate
Yeah.
comedy set in there.
Was it
like,
really
India
that
and
bad?
stuff.
Was it? Oh, okay.
It was. I think there was a guy that was
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
a different. He played a race that wasn't necessarily his own.
Oh,
Type
okay.
thing. So
Oh,
it was-
fair enough.
but it's all very. There was like a camp guy in there, and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's really hot out here, Sarge, isn't it?"
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
It was
one
all
that
just
played
easy.
Bones
Melvin?
from Melvin Hayes.
Melvin Hayes.
He plays Bones from Super Ted.
Yes.
Al
yeah.
Tex.
Al Tex. Can we nick
So-
this tiara? It's
Yeah.
bloody lovely, isn't it?
Oh, right.
But that was
Super Ted.
yeah. You're right. There was a lot on the telly that lasted quite some time. Any other thoughts from you, Richie Dizzles?
No, mate. I've got we said Stick of the Dump. I don't know. If
Stick of the Dump.
that
yeah.
came up.
There's a lot.
Scooby Doo.
It was basically going into like proper kids
Yeah.
telly and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah, like I say, it,
Our time to
Yeah.
shine,
It
baby.
was a good time to.
I think
alive.
CITV must have been starting, and it wasn't too long before the Broom
Probably,
Cupboard was
yeah.
coming out,
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
and everyone in it.
It was coming out
as
of the
well.
broom cupboard. Yeah.
They were all trooping out of that. But yeah, it was a hell of a time to be watching telly. It was grand. Loved it. But the theme tunes. Oh,
Yeah, it was some
theme
good ones.
Yeah.
tunes.
I think that's gonna be a regular theme.
I
Isn't
would think recurring dream that we're going to enjoy. Lovely stuff. Should we move straight from TV to film?
it? Why the hell not?
Oh,
Yeah,
shall
go for
we?
it, man.
Strike while the iron's hot and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Again, another year where I didn't struggle for films.
No.
It was a good year
Very
for
good.
film.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I don't
Oh, well, let's get you, the naysayer, first up then, Phil. Give us your 3 films of the year, my friend.
I struggled with the 3, actually. Number 3.
You must have been watching a different set of films.
Well,
to
unless
us.
you guys have got ones I didn't need, but
Well,
yeah,
let's-
I thought it was all right. It wasn't like. So number 3, I went for Escape to Victory.
I went for
yes.
Escape to Victory.
I went
number
for it
3.
as well.
Did you?
Yeah, it's my number 2.
Yeah. So yeah, it's classic.
quality,
isn't it?
yeah.
So,
Absolutely banging, isn't it? It's,
yeah. I mean, it's crap, but
It's classic,
Yeah, it
either
works.
bank holiday TV or
Yeah, of
Christmas
course it does.
movie, innit? It's
Yeah.
like-
Anything with a cast is Stallone, Kane, Pele, our D-list, Bobby Moore, Martin Peters,
John Walk and his
John
moustache.
Walk. Yeah, John
Yeah,
Walk.
yeah.
Colin Summerby, was it?
I think
there's
it
a
is,
variety
yeah,
of them.
yeah.
Wasn't there? A few Belgian players, and
Yeah, it was.
Polish players, but it was like, he went from shit actor,
remember.
no range,
yeah.
and then a load of footballers. It was like it was never going to be
But
classic.
it's.
But
yeah,
it works, doesn't it?
It's, yeah, people love it, don't they?
Yeah, it's great,
bizarre,
yeah,
isn't it? It's
wrong,
not. I mean, it's not a good film by any stretch of imagination, but for some reason,
It works.
It is loved.
It's a satisfying.
I just love it at half time where like Michael Caine goes, "We can bloody do this."
Yeah. Shall we escape from the Nazis and certain death, or should we play this game
Yeah,
of
let's
football?
play it.
Oh, we're definitely going to play the game of football.
Yeah, cool.
Ridiculous. No, of course you're not. You're going to escape.
Oh, yeah,
Get
100%.
out there.
That's amazing though.
But it's an absolute banger. I do this, I do this.
Yeah,
I
I do this.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Just Sylvester Stallone.
Hatchet and-
Clearly never seen a fucking game of football in his life.
Yeah, he saves the
Where
penalty
do I,
by the end of
where
it.
do I stand at a
On the corner,
yeah. On the back post, looking forward towards the taker.
But
Oh,
I still, on the first goal, like, because I watched I didn't watch all of it, but I watched that bit today. Michael Caine actually hangs him out to dry, considering in the changing room he's telling him how to play
Yeah,
goal.
absolutely, you're right.
It's like, it's a bit harsh, mate. It's a bit harsh.
You are
a bit-
shit,
yes.
Stone. Absolute dog shit. Oh, what a film, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is.
Oh, for me, the slow motion Pele bicycle kick. It happens about 3 or 4 times. doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's
It goes-
so many angles. I mean, it's pretty much like Sky now. To be fair, like, I was just showing it from ridiculous
You've
amount
got
of
the
angles.
dealer's rainbow flip.
Yeah, he does that.
Oh, yeah, I
flip.
forgot
Yeah,
about
that,
that.
I always remember that bit. Yeah, more than the bicycle. He does that on the build up to the goal,
Yes,
doesn't he?
yeah, flicks it
Yeah.
over,
Yeah.
flops it out, and then it
great.
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
back in again. But feel good movie. Love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad it makes all of our tops.
Yep.
So
Number
what's,
2,
what's number 2 then?
American Werewolf in London.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Number 2.
I do that. Yeah, I do.
See,
like it.
I'm not a horror fan or
It's
a
not
that
really a
type of
horror.
No,
person.
it's not.
It's
It's-
like comedy.
I'll tell you, bloody what? It is a raunchy little film. This is.
Is
Yeah.
it? Well, in that
is.
case, I might give it a go.
It is dirty.
Oh, the
there is
phone.
a sex scene in it, which is
Pretty powerful.
turning you down. It is, yeah. But no, that's a good film. Yes, a bit of everything, a bit of comedy, a bit of horror,
Yeah, it's
bit
fun.
of raunchiness, bit of people having it off. It's naughty.
Special effects hold up. Phil?
No, the special effects are pretty poor.
People having it off.
Do the effects hold up? They're not too bad. I mean,
Yeah.
the bit where he changes, I mean, it is a little bit, but
Yeah.
I suppose you have to
What,
give
goes
it a
through
little
the
bit.
menopause?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But
Shame.
it always scared me when I was a kid, but it's a good film.
Maybe
actually,
that's
when
what
you
it
watch
is
back.
that I've associated
Is that
with
when he
kind of-
when he's dead in the cinema?
Yeah. It's an odd film, isn't it? But
Wearing
it's
the
good.
wearing the anorex. And
Yeah. But yeah, he's good. And he obviously keeps talking to his friend, doesn't he, in the mirror and that. He keeps
Yeah.
seeing him, doesn't he? That's
Yes.
always an odd thing.
Oh, that's
But
not-
yeah.
No, that would freak me out. No, I'm not watching that.
Yeah, it's
I don't
good.
care if there are people having it off. I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
Scary.
It's that rumpus.
Rumpy,
number
rumpy,
2.
bumpy.
Rumpy
So that was
bumpy.
your number 2.
The number 1, I mean.
What
yeah.
can it possibly be?
Yeah, it's the one and only. It's got to be, isn't it? Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it's
Is that what you've
Yeah.
gone for? Is it interesting?
Yeah, it's my number one.
Gotta
so-
be
Well,
in it.
why don't it's my number 2? So
Oh,
why
okay.
don't we chat it about
Oh,
it
it's
now in that case?
great, isn't it? Let's face it.
It's the best of them.
It's got probably the best opening scene in cinema history, isn't it?
That is a powerfully strong statement.
Oh, it's great. The first 10 minutes are
Yeah, it's
fucking awesome,
great.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It just introduces you to this character that no one's ever heard of before. And in that 10 minutes, you've got it all. And
know
you're
exactly
just
what
like, wow, is this the coolest guy I've ever met?
He's
He
wearing a
is.
hat, a leather jacket. He's got a whip.
He is.
And he was in my hunk things under
was.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
That was
He looks bloody hot
moment.
as Harrison Ford.
But he's also
Indiana Jones.
But he's also got that like nerdy side to him as well, isn't he? Because he's an
that vulnerable.
Yeah, he's vulnerable. Yeah,
and he was.
it's just
Yeah.
it's great. Even the gags in it are funny. Like with the bit with the guy comes out with the knife,
massive sword and stuff,
Yeah,
and
he
he's just like,
gets
"Oh, I've got no time for this." But apparently that's because he was
had
he was
diarrhea,
ill
didn't he?
during the actual filming, and he's just like,
really?
"Oh, should we just shoot him?"
Yeah, he had
instead?
diarrhea. It felt
So he
sick.
tried to
didn't
do. He was meant to get a whip and sort of take the knife out of his hand.
Oh, okay.
But he just went. He had a few guys. He went, "I can't do it."
That's crazy,
Oh,
though,
really?
So he
isn't
just
it?
went, "Should we just shoot him instead?" And
Yeah,
they went,
and
"Yeah,
they
what's
went,
wrong with
okay.
that?"
I don't even think he
Yeah.
did it. I think he just did it, and then they just went, "Hey, let's stick with that." I don't even think he questioned it.
Oh, literally
I think
just
he was so desperate to go to the toilet, he
Sod
just
it.
pulled out and shot him. And then it was like,
and then-
Spielberg was like, let's go with that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's crazy.
great
Isn't it? Like,
scene,
famous scene like that is by accident.
yeah.
Spielberg and Lucas as well combo.
I was going to say they sort of just started dominated, didn't they? And it was the score by like John Williams as well.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
really-
it's
yeah.
amazing,
Again, yeah.
isn't
You
it?
throw
Really
them
amazing
two in. They was at their greatest, weren't they?
They were just crapping out gold, weren't they? Those
I'm not
lot?
too sure if John Williams has gone off the ball actually, like with his.
No, it's more
scores that he's
subtle,
done.
but
Yeah.
it's still great. He
No,
still
I mean
does all
like the
Spielberg
stuff
stuff,
he's
doesn't he?
like Lucas and obviously Spielberg have like tapered off, but John Williams, like what he's done, he's always been seems to be on point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's not many bad ones to his name, is there? But it's bizarre. It's the second film in your list where the Nazis get a bit of a shoeing, isn't it?
The pattern.
So
Yeah.
States of Victory and this one.
Yeah.
Get you,
Yeah.
Allied Phil.
And then the American Werewolf in Berlin.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't London. It was Berlin.
Yeah.
Nice, but yeah, Raiders. It's a banging
It
film,
is a great
isn't
film. I could watch that pretty much any time. The music is superb.
Yeah.
The bit where I think he's on the submarine and then he's swimming across to the boat and the music really kicks in and they're
Yes.
all. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really cheesy. They're all like, "Hey," it's like it gets like it makes you like hairs on the beat. Oh fuck, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great film. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could go on about it for ages, couldn't you?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Excellent work. So we've got Escape to Victory, American Werewolf in London, Rise of the Lost Ark. Mm-hmm. It's a good three. Richie D.
So you know my
Similarities,
you know my
clearly.
number one, Raiders of the Lost Ark as
Yeah.
well. Number two, Escape to Victory.
All right. So what was in at three?
Number
my
three.
friends?
So I struggle with this a bit because it's so if I want my actual film that I think's a better film,
Yeah.
I will go. I was going to go with The Fox and the Hound.
Ah, that's beautiful. That makes an honourable mention for me.
I love that film, but my actual number three, because I remember it as just great fun, is The Cannonball Run.
That's my number one. That is my number one.
It's just brilliant. I love it.
I
It's just-
love this film.
It's brilliant, isn't it? It's
I
just,
really do. It has to be pretty good to beat Raiders. Isn't
I was
it?
gonna
Well,
say.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, how can it beat Raiders?
Honestly, it's so when you go back and watch it,
yeah,
it's just
the cast are great.
It's so
It's
many,
like-
isn't there?
yeah,
When you
it's
rattle
brilliant.
through them, it's like Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise, Roger Moore,
Yeah.
Farrah Fawcett, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Jackie Chan, Peter Fonda,
Yeah.
and on and on and
It
on
goes-
and on.
yeah,
it goes. And
mate.
they're all just taking the piss out of themselves. They're all clearly in it for fun.
Yeah, even like Roger Moore pretty much plays how John Barnes,
How John Barnes
James-
swords, yeah,
how James Bond really is. How,
yes, absolutely, yeah.
And
The
it's
pastiche
kind of how
himself,
he would be in that rules, and it's totally accurate in that
Yeah.
respect.
It's essentially, I wrote that it's like a live action wacky races.
Yeah,
It's-
100%.
And I used to love the wacky races, so I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Oh, mate, Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr.
It's
again.
the
as
two priests dressed up
yeah.
in a Ferrari. It's like, we're in a two-seater car.
Well, and even the Ferrari girls as well. The Lamborghini,
Lamborghini
they still the show, and it's sort of
Yeah, it worked for a young Jimmy. And, it continues to do so.
I say about Burt Reynolds, I absolutely love. It's just him. He's just. I don't know. I don't know. They say about it, saying cheeky, saying the charisma of him.
Yes.
It's just. He's nothing like. He proves in other films that he is a good actor, like in like Deliverance and other films.
Yeah.
But
This is purely him.
Yeah,
being
and I think he got
charismatic and-
typecast with these sort of roles with his Smoking the Bandit and stuff,
Yeah.
but he plays it so well.
So good. Because he's basically beating up Dom DeLuise for an entire
Pretty
film,
much,
isn't he,
yeah.
essentially?
Yeah,
The whole
isn't it?
Captain Chaos and Captain USA.
Chaos, yeah.
So good. Do you always watch the end for the bloopers and stuff as well?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're all
yeah.
like just creased
good.
enough, aren't they? Yeah.
Absolutely crying.
I forgot they drive in an ambulance, don't they?
Yeah, so with the Mad Doctor that's
Who's
getting
the Mad
high on his
Doctor?
own
Who's
supply,
that? Is it-
Jack, someone or other, I forget
okay.
his name. But yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like
it's
this creepy looking dude, and they pick up the hitchhiker as well, the hippie,
Yes.
Farrah Fawcett, and it's just like, it's just mental.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Jamie Farr's in it from MASH as the Sheikh.
Yeah,
who's in
yeah.
a
Yeah,
Rolls Royce
it's
and stuff. There's so many
I don't
secondary
think
characters.
Jackie
the enormous
Chan could
fight
speak
as
a
well.
word of English back then.
No.
As well. No.
No, absolutely. And they take on all the Hell's Angels and stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
In a massive
Oh yeah, it's
fight.
brilliant. Yeah.
I'd love it. I don't care. I don't care that
I
Raiders
tried to look to see if it's
is
on
in
a
that.
platform. I can.
It's got, but I mean, I've
Yeah, it's
definitely got
got-
it on a DVD.
Yeah, I ain't seen it
That's for sure.
Again, bank holiday film, isn't it? Again,
Yeah,
it's-
massively.
Well, to be fair,
Yeah.
as is Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
they're
think
all
all
like
these
that.
80s ones are, aren't they?
They're so good. It's so bloody good. I mean, the less said about the follow-up, the better. But this is just
I might have
lovely.
tried to watch it, but I don't know.
absolute poop. But
Is
yeah.
he in it? Is he Reynolds?
Reynolds, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it dearly with all my heart.
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
road trip movie as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like you
absolutely.
say. But yeah, like you say,
Can't
it's
go
more wacky races than anything.
Absolute genius. So that was your three. So basically, we've covered all mine already. So all good, yeah.
So what's your 3, 2, 1 now?
So mine, I went Escapes of Victory at 3, Raiders at 2, and Cannibal Run at number 1.
Ooh,
Cool.
Just missing out. Any honourables from you, gentlemen?
yeah, I've got a few. Phil.
I had Cannibal Run, as I mentioned. Porky's.
Porky's is right there as well.
yeah.
Evil Dead.
What's part? Oh.
Evil Dead. Time Bandits.
Time Bandits I wrote down as
just
well,
to
yeah.
change this, Evil Dead. Have you ever watched Evil Dead 2, the remake, and then the ones,
Hang on, what? The original Evil Dead 2.
the comedy one?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, have you seen that? It's
Are they-
no,
are
I
they all
watched it.
not
I watched it the other day. Yeah,
Well,
it
the
was-
original
So he
Evil
did-
Dead
So he did
trilogy. They
yeah,
did, didn't
no.
they?
So they did Evil Dead 1. They did Evil Dead 2, and then they
Evil
did a
Dead
remake
3.
of Evil Dead as a comedy. Evil Dead 2 as a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 80s one, though.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I watched it the other day. I found it quite amusing.
And Evil Dead. Yeah, because the first one was like a genuine
Yeah,
horror.
genuinely horror, yeah,
and then he
yeah.
went down a comedy route
Yes,
for some reason.
that's
Style,
right.
wasn't it? So, yeah. And then I've got like a row of films. I don't know what's going on in 81, but there was raunchiness going. So we had.
Well, you said Porky's. That's already a bit
Yeah,
smart.
Porky's was basically
Postman Always Rings Twice.
Yes, remember
Jack
that one?
Nicholas and
Jessica Lange.
Jessica Lange, and
She looked,
I mean that's.
she looked beautiful in that.
Have you seen that film? And that's
They go
I
at
think,
it,
were they
don't they?
actually going? I think they were going out for each other at the time, weren't
I
they?
believe
think?
so, yeah.
Or they met on the set or
They
something.
go for it, don't
But
they?
I think it's one of them rumours that it's actually they thought they were actually
What, doing it?
having.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it's like
Doing
pretty.
it.
Body
it's-
Heat was another one.
Oh, really?
That's a William. Oh, what's his
Defoe?
name?
Hurt.
Yeah, William Hurt. Yeah, William Hurt.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
And Lady Chatterley's Lover. I mean, there was just
Yeah,
loads
no,
of.
there were
Is
lots
that
of
with
smarts.
Sean Bean?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was that one. There's loads of versions
Oh,
of it.
okay.
I think he was the
That was a
90s
TV
version.
remake,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, it was later on.
But yeah, it was that. Yeah, 80s was that kind of Betamax kind of soft porn
straight to
kind
filth,
of thing,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Fox and the Hounds, Del
Yeah.
mentioned,
Yeah,
absolute
exactly, yeah,
smuts,
it's filth, isn't it?
absolute. Herbie Goes Bananas,
Oh,
absolute
Was
filth
that there
as
this year?
well.
Was that
That
this
was
year?
this year.
I actually, it's got a lot of poor ratings, but I actually hold that close to my heart. I like Herbie
I
Goes
liked the
Bananas,
Herbie
yeah.
films. They were
I liked
lovely
them,
little
yeah,
things.
it's right.
Ojo, hey.
Ojo, yeah.
That was the one where they break the kidnapping ring, isn't it? In,
That's right.
in
And Herbie
Mexico.
gets made to walk the plank.
It's ridiculous.
It makes a sad beep when
Yeah.
it goes off.
It's so stupid, isn't it? Oh God. Close to home, you had Gregory's Girl.
Yep.
Yeah,
was this year as well.
Yeah. That was John Gordon Sinclair.
John Gordon Sinclair. Chariots of Fire was this year as well.
Yes. Yeah, that was a good
Another
film. I like
US
that.
one. Arthur,
Arthur,
Yeah.
yeah.
little Dudley Moore, and then was Raging Bull this year as well.
No, that was 80, I think.
Might be your VPN.
Got
again.
Time Bandits.
Time Bandits, yeah, was mentioned, but sort of
Oh,
glossed
sorry.
over. But yeah, it's a good old film.
Escape from New York.
Yep. Yeah, I had that as well.
Okay, yeah.
Stripes.
Yeah.
What is Stripe?
Bill Murray in
Yeah.
the army.
Army one, isn't it?
It's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
It's okay. It's not one of his best ones, if I'm honest with you, but
Right.
it's okay. And For Your Eyes Only, I had.
Yes, I was going to say that one. Gallipoli, I think, was this year as well, actually. Now I look at it.
Oh, was that with Mel Gibson?
Yeah, you know the one.
Oh,
on the,
yeah.
the,
He
the
plays the
running.
banjo.
He's always on the banjo. Loves it. Bloody loves it. It was like Deliverance, but set in,
Exactly.
set in the war.
In Australia.
It's delish. Any more for any more?
No,
that's it,
all
really.
good, man.
But yeah, it wasn't that bad. It's nice to have a bit of agreement as well in film. Even if you did get your number one completely wrong. Right? Unbelievable. Raiders of the Lost Ark better than Cannonball Run. Oh, the internet will be absolutely awash with comments.
Yeah.
You're getting cancelled. Right, we're going to rumble on with the podcast and we're going to take another trip towards Uncle Forty's Naughty Box. So, if you remember, we have 3 categories for Phil and Dale to debate. We have a legend of 1981, which they choose themselves and have to passionately put forward arguments to get this person into the box. And then they have options chosen by their opponents for the film of 1981 and the album of 1981. There'll be about 30 seconds, give or take. Few points made, few rebuttals, and then at the end of the category, I'll choose who makes it into the box. So, gentlemen, are you ready to debate? Let's have a heated debate. Let's start with the legend of 1981, then, shall we? Flip a coin. Richard Dello, you are up first.
Okay.
Who have you chosen as the absolute legend of 1981, my friend?
Okay, well, if you hopefully you'll let me have this.
Oh,
It's not legend, it's legends.
Legends. Ooh, interesting.
It's Bucks Fizz.
Oh, I think we can allow that. Mr. Reynolds, any problem with that? Yeah? Nah, he's confident. All right, so you've got a allotted amount of time, Richie D, to argue that Bucks Fizz are the legends of 1981. Off you go.
So Bucks Fizz, winners of the Eurovision Song Contest with Making Your Mind Up. Greatest dance routine ever. The land of make-believe. Songs such as like Piece of the Action. They had so many great hits coming out of their souls. Rumour has it that they also provided the information that led to the capture of the Yorkshire Ripper as well. I don't know. Legend has it as well. Skirts Off routine was on point. It's 5 years since we'd last won a Eurovision Song Contest before they come along. So they come along and snapped it up like little pecking seagulls after chips. They were possibly the band that influenced a generation of bands such as Guns N' Roses, Rage Against the Machine and Slipknot. Wholesome bands. The guys were cool, the girls were hot. There you go.
He makes a lot of good points. Some madness, but in between, a lot of good points. Mr. Reynolds, you've got a certain amount of time to rebuttal those. Off you go.
Well, firstly, what was the information that caught the Ripper? I'd like to know the lyrics. If you can tell me that after your argument after, that'd be great. Yeah, they won the Eurovision Song Contest, but who really gives a shit about that? It's a crap competition.
Straight in.
No one cares. It's a crap competition. It's bollocks. It was a good song. It was a good dance routine, and that was about it. That's about all they're known for, apart from Record Breakers, Rochelle Baker afterwards. Yeah, I wouldn't say legends. They're little treasures of the British Isles, and that's about as good as it gets, I'd say.
Interesting. Final thoughts, a la dearly departed Jerry Springer.
Yeah, so I don't know how you can say that about they weren't legends because you got the legend, the queen of Pitsy, Cheryl Baker. She was always in there getting her big shots. Outrageous that you could possibly say that. Eurovision contest, it's up there with, I don't know, possibly the World Cup, European Championships, Champions Leagues, anything that's football related, but the musicians wanted it, obviously. It's like asking their mouth how badly they wanted it. It's like the fact of Terry Wogan would drink because he knew that we wouldn't win again, but on this occasion we did, and it was the only year he was sober.
He was Irish. Why would he want us to win it?
Because he was adopted.
Adopted Englishman for the
Englishman,
evening,
yeah.
yeah. Because Dana International wasn't doing it. No, Dana. Dana International was a very different thing, wasn't it? Interesting. Okay, well argued, gents. Going up against Bucks Fizz is Mr. Reynolds' choice for Legend of 81, and that is
Oh, it's the previously mentioned Harrison Ford.
Holy moly. Best of luck, Richie. Right, Mr. Reynolds, you have 30 seconds to argue that somehow Harrison Ford is a bigger legend than Bucks Fizz. Off you go.
Harrison Ford, what can you say? So he had appeared in Star Wars, obviously, a few years earlier. This coolest character in film, Han Solo, until 1981.
Yeah.
This man appears on screen with a hat, archaeologist. How the fuck do you make archaeologists cool and sexy, even sexier than Lara Croft? You bring Indiana Jones, 10 best minutes of cinema. Not only that, that was in the summer of 81. Probably in the beginning of 81, you would have had the video, and then he said DVD, video of Empire Strikes Back. So he was hitting it on video, he was hitting it on cinema. He was also filming Blade Runner in that year. Fucking hell, what a year for 1981 for Harrison Ford.
He does make a couple of good points there, but I'm sure you've got enough in the tank to argue against it.
What, who's he killed? And
Let's find out what potential slanderous accusations Richard Dallow has for us. Off you go, sir.
You say Harrison Ford, I say Harrison Yawn. He's just a grumpy motherfucker, really, on talk shows and that when he turned up. Like you said, he did do like Star Wars, but that was a year before. So you've called me up on this before. We were talking about this year, Phil. Yeah, it was a good film. Yeah, he did well, but yeah, a lot of people do a lot of good things in that year. I don't think it's a legend, maybe. Yeah, he's got a hat, he wears a whip. It's like, I don't know. So Freddie Mercury probably did that on stage a couple of times as well, but he did it consistently, night after night. Harrison Ford, I don't know. Yeah, he come back for other films and that, but I don't know. I'm just thinking overrated potato.
Ooh. Overrated potato. Final thoughts, Mr. Reynolds?
Okay, so when I pulled you up on the year, what I was saying is Star Wars come out in the summer of 1980. It took about 6 months for it to come out video. So it was big on video in 81, Empire Strikes Back. And then he was on the cinema with Indiana Jones. And then he was filming Blade Runner. So what I'm saying is 1981, the year of Harrison Ford was phenomenal. And he was ruling video, cinema, and potentially next year.
That's all bullshit, because everyone knows back then that no way did a video come out, especially not over here, would have Empire Strikes Back come out on video straight over here in 81. It wouldn't have happened. It would have probably come out in more. It probably only just made the cinemas back then, if I'm honest with you.
It came out in 80.
Huh?
It came out in 80.
Yeah, but it still wouldn't have been out on video by then.
Well, in 81, a year later.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been out on video by then.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm going to call it. I'm definitely sure it would have been out within the calendar year.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Within the year. Well, what we've got here, gentlemen, is a real dilemma, haven't we? Let's be honest. We've got,
well, for you,
we've got one of the greatest screen actors of all time. He was in the past, the present, and the future, apparently, according to you, Phil, on video, smashing it in the cinema. And then on the flip side, we've got a couple of brasses wearing some lovely rip-away skirts. So, it's only one decision I can logically make, isn't there? Let's be brutally honest. Bucks Fizz take it by an absolute country mile. I mean, I shouldn't be giving a bell. The madness has gone to my head. All right. Let's move from legends to films which are chosen by your opponent. So, Mr. Reynolds, we're going to go with you first.
What, for what he picked me off?
So, yeah, you can tell us what absolute treat of the year Mr. Dello has picked for you to argue for in the films category. So,
okay, so it was
what evilness did he pick for you?
It was a little film called Night Riders.
Night Riders.
Yeah,
so not the Michael Knight, David Hasselhoff beast. You can tell us all about Night Riders. Off you go.
Okay, so it was a lovely little action drama film. Ed Harris, the lead, so good actor.
Yeah, good actor.
And it was actually George A. Romero has directed it. Obviously, he like Living Dead and all of that. So famous for his horror films. Great little films. It's basically travellers who set up their kind of they go around. They set up a medieval jousting competition on motorbikes and that. And he basically has got a fantasy of doing this. He's doing it for his son. So it's all about doesn't matter where you are, what you do. if you set up a world, your own world, they're like travellers, they're like rednecks, but if you set them up and they're all keeping themselves, anything is possible and everyone is happy. And it's a lovely little family drama.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, pretty much.
Lovely. It sounds intriguing. Mr. D, what you got to say about this wholesome family film?
Jimmy, Night Riders, I'll ask you a question, Jimmy. What's sadder than a gang of middle-aged blokes on motorcycles?
Can't think of much.
It's a gang of middle-aged blokes on motorcycles dressed as knights in shining armour. That's what's fucking sad.
That might do it.
It should have been named Midlife Crisis or Tiny Penises. It's dangerous. It's not big or it's not clever to be on motorcycles, especially not with heavy armour as well. There's a lot of copycat deaths, I believe. I think one of the magazines said it was Evel Knievel meets Men in Tights.
Oh,
so yeah.
That sounds good.
I'll live with you. I like the sound of that. I mean, I might just call it that.
Oh, God.
That sounds intriguing. Mr. Reynolds.
Yeah, well, he's done my work for me now. I think.
Final thoughts, Mr. D?
Yeah, it makes a mockery of the Crown. Absolutely disgusting. I don't know how this script was even passed into a music studio. It was deluded. It's basically the result of giving a camera to a load of crackheads, basically. The cast were probably sectioned under the Mental Health Act. One of the classic lines I want to leave you from this film is, this is from Ed Harris, the so-called good actor, that Phil says, right?
Okay.
I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm fighting the dragon.
And that
Yeah,
is
but
a great final
You're not an
line.
actor. He said it in a much better way.
Okay, but then you sell it. You sell the
If you just said to us, if you said, Robert De Niro says, like, you talking to me, it sounds crap, but it's the way it's done. Ed Harris.
That's why they had that money, right?
Yeah.
I'm not fighting to be a hero. I'm fighting the
There you
dragon.
go.
Holy
10 times
Christ,
better already.
I'll watch that in a
10
heart.
times better already.
It's like, you know, the bit at the end of Monty Python, Holy Grail, when they all get bundled in the back of like the police truck. That's basically the whole film.
Yeah. I just haven't seen my husband.
Yeah.
Delicious. It sounds like a very good film. I'm intrigued to watch it when I go home. But let's find out what Mr. Reynolds chose for you.
I can't remember what I
Richie
chose.
D.
What did I choose here?
Can you enlighten us on the filth that he chose?
Oh, yeah, I
you?
can't remember.
Oh, and he seems, I won't lie, listeners, he seems pretty chuffed with himself.
Okay.
This
with
was
our
an
film.
odd one, but yeah.
Yeah, this is...
Okay, what did he choose? Film 1981.
He chose Carbon Copy for me, right?
Okay, you have 30 seconds on Carbon Copy and why it's so damn good.
Some people say that this is Denzel Washington's most powerful role.
Some?
Was it Malcolm X? Was it Philadelphia? Training Day? No, it's Carbon Copy, and I'll tell you why. Some people might say that you can make a film about this today, and they're probably right. I mean, what does a white rich Jewish guy have with being related to having a black son?
He's a rich white Jewish guy
Who's got a black
who's got
son?
a black son.
It's a heartwarming story and a powerful story of race, family, and sticking by the people you love. It's a film about bringing people together, not pushing them away. McCartney and Wonder did it with Ebony and Ivory, and Washington and George Segal did it with this film.
Oh, that is
That's all I've got to say.
beautiful. I mean, I'm welling up. You're going to have to fight well on this one, Mr. Reynolds. Why is it not the greatest film of 1981? Off you go.
It's just not very PC at all. It's not a very good storyline. They're trying to be funny, trying to do this fish out of water kind of, Jewish white guy has a black son. Yeah, it's not to my taste. It's disgusting, really, and
It's disgusting.
yeah. I just think it was of bad taste. It was of bad taste. I didn't find it funny, and it tried to make a comedy of it. And it wasn't good, especially on that day and age. And I don't agree with it, to be fair.
Mr. D,
Yeah.
anything there you want to pick up on?
Yeah, there's like with everything, has to start somewhere. So this was like the beginning of like trying to build a better world. So even though they got things wrong, like Phil said, it's not of its time, but it's what people have learned from. People have looked at this film and they've learned from it and thought, how can I make this better? We need to evolve. Yeah, that's bang out of order what they probably said in this film and probably what they did, how they acted, but we can learn from this. But the message, the core of it behind it is love, and it's unity, and it's bringing people together.
Oh my God, I'm going to cry. Mr. Reynolds, it's again been a valiant effort. There's many things I want to watch about Knight Riders, especially a load of old men in armour. Right. In fact, I've just talked myself into it. I'm giving it to Phil, and it's Knight Riders, obviously.
Oh, I'm surprised at that. To be fair, my own one, I didn't do any research on it, so that's why I couldn't argue. I was like, I don't know much about it.
Okay.
It sounds intriguing. All right, so we're 1-1 going into the final category. This is album of 1981, but again, chosen by your opponents. Philip Reynolds, you are going to... No, Mr. Dello, you're going to go first on this one for us. What did cheeky little Pip Whitehouse choose for you to defend?
He chose Mike Love, Looking Back with Love.
Well, this sounds promising. I don't know what that is. Off we go, then.
So, it's everyone's unofficial favourite Beach Boy, Mike Love. Everyone loves him. Everyone says they love Brian Wilson, but no, it's Mike Love. He's funny, he's cool, he's intelligent, he's sexy. He used to name his album title after one of the songs even. Looking Back for Love is one of the songs, and it's a beautiful song. I since made love to that song myself, personally. And it's been, and it's changed my life.
Love person. Masturbating.
Like, could you possibly think that a guy in his 40s could still rock a baseball cap? Mike Love can. He's got such classic songs as Running Around the World, which inspired the London Marathon, as we talked about this year.
Lovely callback.
He's rocking The Man in the Boat, which is educating men on like how to play with the clitoris. So as well, again, like
big statement.
He loved a bow, and he loved a like with Barbara and you could tell that the bars and
broke
and the
again.
bowls
He's broken again.
all come in with classic covers of Calendar Girl, Be My Baby, Love and Not a Fighter. What a great message in a time of Cold War.
He got everything in there. He got in
Yeah,
the
he had about
clitoris.
2 minutes.
He got the clitoris and the Cold War.
Oh,
Very best of luck, Mr. Reynolds. You can have as long as you want to attack that.
Okay, so yeah, Mike Love, Looking Back with Love. Yeah, it's an awful album. It's really bad. So I guess the second Beach Boys related album I picked in the second time. Considering I'm a real Beach Boys fan, they're not
Real downer about everyone else.
Yeah.
It's not Brian Wilson.
It's not good at all. And one of the funniest things as well, when I looked it up, it came under a new genre I've never heard of.
What's that?
Yacht rock.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it was what the hell was that?
Yacht rock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and that was what amazed me. I was like, yacht rock. I've never heard that as a genre.
Genre.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. I think he was on the drugs more than Brian Wilson, to be fair, when he was doing that album. So
That's a cheap shot.
That's a cheap shot. Well, you can have a one straight back if you want.
All I can say, yacht rock, what a beautiful thing. Like I say, it taught me how to make love today as well. But to make love on a yacht, I went out on Canvey today, hired a yacht, and I made love. I don't know who with, but I made love to my wife. Well, yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for.
What's that one? What's the one?
I almost said Labrador, but yeah, I don't know.
We're going to end it on that one. Okay, so from yacht love and possible bestiality with Richard Dello, Mr. Reynolds.
Who did he pick?
What the hell did he pick for you?
So he picked for me. Oh, this is a fucking classic. This was easy. Ringo Starr's 1981 classic, Stop and Smell the Roses.
Well, this is very promising. Off we go.
Ringo Starr, Beatles, fucking brilliant. And actually, this is a really good album. I listened to it. It's got a lot of Beatles feel to it, and you can tell very influenced by the Beatles, clearly, because he was one. But what a great message. Stop and smell the roses. Don't we all need to do that now and again? Life is so fucking hectic. Take your time, have a little stop, smell the roses. Ringo Starr, You're a genius. Great album, great songs. Yeah, that's all I need to say about it. And a great album cover as well. He's holding literally some roses. Brilliant.
Damn.
Richard D, you've got a little bit of time. Destroy him.
Yeah, Stop and Smell the Roses. Yeah, if the roses were smelling of shit. There's a reason why drummers don't make albums, and that's because they can't sing for toffee, which is ironic because Ringo Starr was an Everton supporter.
Touche.
A voice of an angel, if an angel was the offspring of a donkey that's been raped by a foghorn. The reason why the Beatles only let him sing on the Yellow Submarine because they're off their tits on LSD. He makes Ian Brown sound like Charlotte Church. He's talking about he's better talking about trains than albums. He looks on their front cover. You said he looks lovely. He looks like the Yorkshire Ripper, which is ironic because he got caught that year. Songs such as Drumming is My Madness, Attention, Dead Giveaway, and Back Off Boogaloo. Do I have to say any more? Back Off Boogaloo.
It's a great song. Back Off Boogaloo.
How's it go, Phil?
The Back Off Boogaloo. Literally like that. It's great. And he's got a great voice. That's Ringo Starr, a very underrated singer. He was a great album. What else did you say? He said something I was going to pick up on. I can't remember what it was now. But
he looks like the Yorkshire Ripper.
No, it's nothing like that.
I believe a foghorn was mentioned at one point.
It's a very good album. And it, like I say, very influenced by the Beatles. Probably the best one out of the Beatles.
You think his
solo ones? Yeah. He did things like Yellow Submarine's a great song, classic. Everyone likes that. So I don't see his singing voice being a problem in that.
Oh, okay.
It's a good album.
Yeah.
Check it out. And it's literally like 32 minutes long. Perfect time for an album.
Perfect.
In, out, bang, finished.
Right.
Every song is like under 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah. What more could you ask for than a man who sounds like he's the offspring of? I can't even go. I can't go back down that path. But from Little Acorn,
offspring of a donkey that was raped by a foghorn.
That was it. So I forgot the parental.
Yeah, the guidance on that one.
Yeah.
I just say Phil says that he made the great. Did you say he made the greatest solo album out of it? Did like Imagine by John Lennon just like
slid by?
Yeah, I can't remember my word.
Okay.
Well, that wasn't in 1981, so I imagine that's why he's not doing it.
Yeah,
that's probably what it was. It's a tough one. It really is. It's coming down to like minute details to split these two because they're both.
Actually, I think they would have.
It sounds like.
I reckon they would have got Ringo to sing at John's funeral just to get the extra like mourners.
That's quite possible, and for that reason, I think Ringo Starr's going to take it. Just on that sob story, it's sometimes a sob story will do it. So it goes to Ringo Starr.
Really?
It goes to Ringo Starr. There we go, gentlemen. That is another well fought battle. It had everything in it. It had slander. It had false stats. It had.
I think we have to get off the Beach Boys Beatles battle we keep having, don't we?
We seem to be really down on the Beach
Boys and Beatles. We seem to like John Lennon and Ringo Starr, and I'm picking Beach Boys.
Only 2 years in.
Yeah, exactly.
Tried to destroy two of the biggest bands in the world, haven't you? Let's see if we can do it in 1982's episodes. But
do a disclaimer for it.
Another good battle. So I tip my hat to both of you. Well fought indeed. Okay, we've gone from debates and we're moving to music. So, top threes of 1981, if you please, chaps. Richie D, starting with you.
My number 3, Jimmy, is Stevie Nicks. And I forgot the album, but let me look.
That's all right. We can chat you through that one.
But yeah, the songs off of her albums is Belladonna, Edge of 17, Leather and Lace, Stop Dragging My Heart Away. It's a really chilled out album actually. It's the sort of one you could put on when you're like hungover or you're just wanting something to chill out. It's not a banging one.
Yeah, it was called Belladonna.
Oh, it is called Belladonna. Oh, okay. So that's. I just thought. I think is there a title track on there? I think called Belladonna as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably where I got it confused. But yeah, it's like I say, really chilled out one. It's got some nice songs on there, the ones I mentioned. But it's. I think you have to be in the right mood. But I like Stevie Nicks. There's a mixture of country and rock sort of elements of it. Again, if you're a fan of Fleetwood Mac, it's not too far from that, to be fair.
Nice,
So that's what I really liked.
Lovely voice,
and I could. There was a couple of the albums I couldn't listen all the way through. if I'm honest with you. But this one I could. So that one.
For that reason, it makes it. Seems,
So I'm going with
reasonable.
Rock Chicks, and I'm sticking with that theme. And my next one is The Pretenders, and it's The Pretenders 2. So obviously, big fan of Chrissy Hyatt. Actually, this one, this sounds a bit weird. Actually, this song, but Bad Boys Get Spanked.
What first drew you into the album? Would you say?
But the songs you probably know are "Message of Love," "I Got to Sleep," "Talk of the Town" is quite a big one. Birds of Paradise, and there's a couple of other ones like Jealous Dogs and Lewis. But yeah, that's my number 2. Number 1, there's a theme going on, and but I prefer this album to their other one. It's the Rolling Stones. It's Tattoo You.
Oh yes, that's one of my honourables.
Yeah, it's I like the 70s and 80s Stones actually. I don't mind some of the 60s, but I thought they get a bit more rawer in this one. But yeah, the songs on there, classic songs, Start Me Up, Waiting on a Friend. I think that's a lovely song. There's a little line on there I really like. It says, "A smile relieves a heart that grieves," and it's just a beautiful little song. And sort of one of my reggae sort of like, nice, say icons or whatever, like Peter Tosh, he was in the Wailers. He's actually in the video.
Oh, nice.
For that. Hangfire, Little TNA, Worried About You, Tops, Heaven, and No Use Crying. And yeah, it's just a really good album. Again, I could listen to that all the way through and actually really enjoyed it, actually, if I'm honest with you. So that is me in a nutshell.
That is you in a nutshell indeed. We go from your 3 to old Pip Whitehouse. Have you got a 3, 2, 1 for us, young Phil?
I have.
Excellent.
And this was hard. Struggling with the 80s, but I've been listening to a lot of albums. Some actually I could probably get into if I gave them a bit more time. So something might evolve from this.
Yeah, because this is the thing. We're all basically going back and kind of listening to stuff that we never would have heard, probably.
No.
So it's just we're listening to it with fresh ears. If
Yeah.
you like. So you need to, completely.
So number 3,
rethink.
I've gone for the Cars with Shake It Up.
Shake it up.
So I listened to this recently, and actually it starts off really good, and the music's really good. The only thing that kind of puts me off is his voice. He's got that 80s voice. It's kind of like
Hello, do you want a Werther's original?
The Cure. It's very much like that. It's hard to explain, but it's really over the top.
Okay.
Really
Well,
put on.
Is it with like the way he does it in Who's Going to Drive You Home? Is that?
Yes, it's like that. So the music's really good. It starts off the band. I thought, this is quite good, but I mean, it is good, but I'd like it more. I don't know if he didn't
Sounded
sing
less like.
Yeah,
the
it sounds like
decade he
it's
was in.
too.
It's almost a pastiche of the 80s,
Yeah,
almost.
it's a bit like that. It's a bit like we talk about the DJ voices. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that 80s
Okay.
kind of, yeah.
It wouldn't be any other era but the 80s.
No,
almost.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
But the music's actually, when it started, is good. So there are a couple of songs on there, Shake It Up as well. Was the title of one. What was the other one? I'll just put it down there. Since You're Gone was the first song. That was a good one. So yeah, the Cars, might give that a bit of time. It might grow on me a little bit if I try it, but that was
Roll
number
Not a
3.
Shower. Yeah, nice.
Number 2, I went for U2 again with October.
Okay. Yeah.
Had a couple of good songs on it, Gloria and the title track to October. Very similar to the first one, to be fair. You could pretty much mother all the songs up, merge them together, and
Yeah, I imagine they took it
do
all
the
from
albums
the sort
and
of
that.
songs they had prepared,
so
wasn't it?
it was that. There was that. So yeah, it was okay. It was good. But number 1, if I'm allowed it, is an actual
hang
EP.
on. Here we. Oh, EP.
Are we allowing an EP?
Well, I mean,
Dunno, but
it's a release.
Yeah.
It's a collection of songs, right?
New songs on it
Okay.
Then that sounds like
from a new
it's-
band
REM.
called REM.
Never heard of them. They'll never last.
Chronic Town was the EP. So yeah, they got together literally a year. But I forgot to mention in the last one, actually, 1980, a little band were getting together, formed in a church, played at a party, becoming big in the college town. Done an EP, Chronic Town, 1981. Songs like Wolves Lower, Gardening at Night, Carnival of Sorts, Stumble, A Million. It is a brilliant EP, 5 classic songs. Yeah, very good, and obviously the sound of what's to come.
more of that. Interesting. Nice circumvent of the rules there. I like that. It's intriguing. It makes me think I could possibly have included Live by the Jacksons. Because that was an album, but obviously it was just a live one from different touring thing. But I didn't include them because I didn't want to be accused of cheating.
Yeah, but this is new songs.
Daddy plays the game, is what I'm saying. So my number 3, 2, 1 are different to yours again. So we've got a lot of variety this.
Yeah, I
this
don't think
day.
I thought they'd be different.
So I went down a bit of a lady rock kind of thing like you did.
Yeah.
I just went with Kim Wilde by Kim Wilde as my number 3.
Right, okay.
So it's her debut album. The big one was obviously Kids in America.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But yeah, so all the songs were written by her dad and her brother. So, you've got to love a family business, haven't you? Yeah. So Marty Wilde, and then I think her brother did a lot of the production on it as well. But yeah, there was a little touch of reggae in there. There was a little bit of rock and even some brass appears in the album. So, something for everyone. There was even a song about tinnitus on the album.
Really? Okay.
Very weird. Water on Glass, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
It's about, tinnitus. But yeah, she was like the UK's Debbie Harry. And she was fine.
Yeah,
she would have stirred the hankerings of a young Jimbo back then. So I liked that. Number 2, I went with another debut album. I went with Duran Duran by Duran Duran. Yes, that's who I went with. So proper synth.
What was on this one?
So you had Girls on Film,
Girls on Film.
which we mentioned MTV started back in the day.
Yeah.
So that would have obviously been played a lot, and it's obviously helped
Because that's
propel
a
them.
big video, wasn't it, at the time?
Sassy little one, raunch, a lot of
Yeah.
raunch going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was that. There was Planet Earth as well. There's another big
Attenborough's.
big old, exactly. So that's the the thing to the Attenborough things. So and then they did British Isles, didn't they, as the third song? So yeah, that was that. A little bit of disco on there, a little bit of dance, even a little bit of punk on the album. But you could see what they were going to become. So that was my number 2.
Cool.
And number 1, who would have thought Adam and the Ants would have taken it? When I hear the 80s, I give you the 80s, my friends.
Really?
So this was Prince Charming,
really?
which is their 3rd album before they sort of split from being Adam and the Ants, and he just went solo as Adam Ant. So had 2 number 1 hits on there, so it must have been a banger. Stand and Deliver. I mean, what's not to like? Prince
Paul
Charming
Oakley knows about that.
He certainly does. Prince Charming was the other one, and the only reason this becomes number 1 is because of the 3rd song,
Right.
the Ant Rap. Because why the fuck?
Can you give us
not?
a taste then?
I'd love to, but I can't because I'm forbidden from singing that in public anymore. He's really he's put out there we go. So yeah, that was my number 1. He's a thoroughly enjoyable little album. So there we go. Just missing out was Shaky by Shakin' Stevens as well.
Really?
That was there as well,
What was
waiting
on
for
that
you.
one?
Oh,
This all else.
no, that was on the one
Really?
before. I think it was Green Door. Was on this one?
Green Door.
Are you sure? Because I've got this whole house. My top 10 of singles. that
It
year.
was definitely a single, but it was on the they were knocking out albums left, right, and centre. So,
Yeah, do you know what? I noticed a lot of that.
because there was 2 or 3, wasn't
a bit
there?
like Harrison Ford.
They both had, Shakin' Stevens and Adam Ant both had like singles at the top of the year and the bottom of the year.
But there was a lot of bands. They couldn't have been touring a lot in there because they
Smushing
literally
them
album. I think the Police had another one. U2 obviously done 2 in 2
Yeah,
years.
you're absolutely right.
The Psychedelic Furs had another one this year. So they were
They're really smashing
pumping
through.
them out.
Yeah.
I preferred this year's Police one to the last year's one.
Yeah, I didn't listen to this one actually. I must admit.
It's better. The songs around the hits were actually better.
Okay. Yeah, there was a lot of that sort of stuff because there was things like Soft Cell, Human League, the Specials. They all had some big songs out there, didn't they? But I didn't have many other
Squeeze
honourable
as well,
mentions.
Squeeze,
That's
so,
not bad shout.
I was listening to a band called the DBs. It's called Stands for Decibels. And I must admit, I listened to that
right, the
today.
DBs, right.
And it was okay. Again, it's one of them, I didn't give enough time. But it's like, okay, this could be
It's
good.
going to take a lot of listening to get into something, isn't it, from back then?
Yeah.
There was like the Commodores had an album out, I think. Billy Joel had an album out. Echo and the Bunnymen. So there's a
ABBA
few
did
big-
as well. ABBA had
Yeah, a few
visitors,
big
didn't
artists. And Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Brought out their first one, didn't they, as well. So you could definitely see the way it was kind of going down that synthy.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so it's not a bad year. I preferred the 80, I must confess, but Not bad, not bad.
Do you want the top 10 singles?
God, do I?
Okay, in at number 10,
Do, 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 do,
Birdie
do.
Song by the Tweets.
Gosh,
Really? Wow.
do we really want the top 10 then, if that's the quality we've got?
It gets
Bloody
better.
hell.
Number 9, Shut Up Your Face.
Joe Dolce.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
What's the matter, you?
Number 8, Making Your Mind Up by Bucks Fizz.
Hey, cool.
Oh,
Number 7, One Day in Your Life by Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Number 6, Vienna.
Oh,
Vienna.
Number 5,
Yeah.
Your Soul House by Shakin' Stevens.
Booyah.
Then we've got double whammy here. Number 4, Prince Charming, Adam and Yance.
Get in.
Number 3, Stand and Deliver.
Get
Adam
in.
and Yance.
Double. Wallop.
Number 2,
More shaky.
Tainted Love.
Soft cell.
Soft Cell. And,
I reckon
number
shaky.
1, do you want to guess number 1?
Shaky.
Yeah, you reckon that? What are you going for, Del? Number 1, top single of the year.
I reckon.
Well, the Birdie song's already gone, so all the classics are out.
Oh, mate.
Oh, no, I reckon
Casey, no, not Casey in the Sun.
Phil Collins.
Yeah? Don't You Want Me, Human League.
Oh, yeah, of course it was. Oh, no. I listened to the album.
God damn it. Oh, that's a tune.
It's a
isn't it?
great song, yeah. I tried listening to the album today. I found it really hard work.
Yeah.
I found the actual, obviously I like Don't You Want Me, but so I was thinking I might be similar.
Hopefully the rest
to
of it's on that same
Yeah,
ilk,
but
yeah.
not really. But it's still up there. Like people obviously rate it because it's right up there.
Very true.
There you go.
Good tunes, though. There's some good singles there, but it's just that the albums didn't
Yeah,
carry
that's
as
the
much
thing, isn't
quality, did they?
No.
Because they were just knocking them out 2 a year almost, weren't they? So
Yeah.
that's what it was. Get a foot in the door. But not bad at all. Can't wait to see what 82 brings. Gentlemen, we are nearly approaching the end of the podcast, but of course we have to take a dip into the letters and emails bag. So, eyes down for a full house. Here we go. Question 1 comes from Lisa. Can I have some more? From Oliver Twisted. And she asks, how many chickens would it take to kill an elephant? Simple question. Fucking weird one. Phil.
How many chickens are? Ooh.
I'm assuming,
they're gonna be-
how many chickens does it take to get stuck in an elephant's mouth to choke it?
Yeah,
That's the way I've gone.
but
Really?
But
I'm
the elephant's going to be freaking out. A bit
I'm just
as well.
thinking about them pecking. They've got to be pecking him.
So
Pecking his feet, his
But I'm
I
doing
legs.
love it when you
feet.
do the actions.
yeah,
They, chickens can't really fly, can they? Can like jump quite.
they can't fly. It's true. They've had their wings
can't.
clipped. So basically,
They could
how
get a
long-
little leap, but so you'd have,
So what you're saying is, how long would it take a chicken army
yeah,
to eat through an elephant's feet to bring
pretty
it down
much
and down and down
until he
to-
loses blood, like enough blood
This
to
has
pass
gone
out.
odd. But yeah, let's run with it. So how many chickens do you think it would take to do that?
I'm thinking 10 on each leg.
10 on each leg. So
And it's the way you look. You
40
look like you're.
chickens.
It looks like it's fantasizing.
I'm thinking.
It's like the worst Rachel Riley you've ever seen in your life, isn't it? How many
I'm
chickens would it
going.
take per leg
I'm
to
going
kill an
82.
elephant?
82 chickens.
82 chickens.
Yeah,
to
40
kill
on
an
the
elephant.
legs, a few on like on the tail and the trunk.
Right. And the rest
And
are...
then obviously where the elephant is panicking, he'll be flicking them on. They'll be landing on his back, so then they'll be able to
how
like get to him.
fortuitous, yeah. Get through and get to the juggler.
Yeah, 82.
82. Del, any thoughts on how many chickens it would take to kill an elephant?
Just one.
I mean, to be fair,
with a gun?
Could be with a gun. I was thinking more. It tricks the elephant on with loads of peanuts, gets it on the trapdoor, just pecks the trapdoor, falls
Down to its death.
200 feet to its death. I don't know why they're up that high.
Think about it.
I mean, I'm just
What do you
thinking.
need 82 chickens for?
I'm
man?
just thinking
One
that
with a trapdoor.
the
with
logical way I
peanuts.
was thinking about it.
Logical?
Yeah,
We're trying to kill an elephant with chickens.
was no different to Dell's record dance questions we got earlier, where we just pretty
Yeah,
much just
true.
say numbers
Pluck-
for the
pluck a
sake of
number,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pluck a number. In
What
fact,
about you, Jim? Would you? how
That would
you kill a
surprise me.
chicken?
I was going to think, one of
How would
two
you
ways.
kill a chicken? How would you kill an elephant?
How would I kill an elephant? Quickly, I would shove one chicken down its trunk.
That's good.
I'd throw two more like darts
Hang
into
on,
its
you
eyes.
say,
Yeah.
I didn't know we was allowed to be involved in
The
this
question
as well.
was, how many chickens would it take to kill an elephant, my friends? What you choose to do with them, you set
Yeah.
a chicken army.
Could be,
just
you
to
know,
peck
like in
through
Hot
its-
Shots where he gets the chicken.
It's exactly what I'm
on
thinking.
the bow,
yeah, on
and
the
he
bow and
fires,
arrow,
yeah.
just a flaming chicken directly up the trunk. It goes all the way through into the brain. Done.
Yeah, it's
One.
done. Yeah, it's
Me and Del, economy.
Exactly.
One chicken each. You,
I'm going for Alfred Hitchcock.
I want to.
Chickens.
The birds, the chicks.
I'd love it to be a task on like SAS Who Dares Wins and like Phil's captain.
kill this
of
elephant.
The team of like,
What have we got?
Team
Chickens.
Alpha or something.
Team dickhead.
The SAS guys are fucking losing it.
What are you doing, man?
Nothing.
You got 42
No, you got
chickens. What are you playing at? You don't need one. There's a bow there.
No, stop getting more chickens, man.
Well, it's a hell of a question, Lisa. So keep those coming, please.
Who was that by?
Lisa, can I have some more? So yes, you can, so long as we can have some more questions. I'm moving on to Tommy Potholes, the lead singer of Bad Tracking. He asks, if they had a peanut allergy, what unlikable icon would you like to play Russian roulette revels with? So you've got to find an unlikable icon, first and foremost, and then they're playing Russian roulette
Have we both got
revels.
a peanut allergy? Me
I
and
would
the...
suggest that if you do that, you're essentially killing yourself. So let's assume that you haven't.
Yeah.
All right, so when we're picking someone
An
who has got a
unlikable
peanut
icon
allergy.
that you know has got a peanut allergy, and then you're going to play Russian roulette revels.
Unlikable
with them.
allergy.
To
An
be fair,
unlikable icon.
the peanut one is the one I wouldn't like, but not because I've got the allergy. I just
Oh,
don't
no,
like
but the
peanut.
it's
coffee
just
ones.
not
The coffee one.
Coffee ones I'm all right with.
It's all right, yeah. It's not the worst.
take 'em.
It's not the worst.
But yeah, who are you trying to kill with a peanut, essentially?
That elephant probably for the last one, I guess.
Fucking elephant, Dumbo. That's who.
Oh, you'd be the unluckiest elephant in the world. You mean I
Uppity
love
little
peanuts.
sod. Yeah, absolutely. So are we going to try and make this 80s specific, do you think? Should we try and keep
Yeah,
it relevant
okay, yeah,
to the
We're going
thing?
80s, yeah?
Let's try and do 80s if we can.
80s,
just 'cause it-
unlikable icon in the 80s.
Unlikable icon
Grace
in the 80s.
Jones.
Wow, straight in.
I don't know why I said that. It's just come in my head.
Do you know what though? She was
Grace
quite.
Jones.
Yeah, I know what you
Outspoken,
mean.
wasn't she?
Yeah, it's a bit too not uppity, wrong word,
Yeah.
but yeah. I know
Well,
what you
even
mean.
in the what was the film she was in? What Bond film was she in with? Live and Let Die, was it?
Nah, wasn't that one.
No, the one on the Eiffel Tower. I can't.
View to a Kill, was it?
Was it View to a
View
Kill?
to a
Yeah.
Kill, that sounds about
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently on set she did a shit off the Eiffel Tower.
Avez-vous, she said. Have that. That's a nice shout, actually. Yeah, interesting. What about you, Del? Who would you try and kill with an
If I
errant
could, I don't know if
peanut?
it's possible, but Max Headroom.
Oh,
Do you remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
annoying
No.
guy?
Yeah.
He used to, didn't get it.
Yeah.
Just used to annoy me.
No, that's a fair shout.
Yeah, just a bit of a prick. that's how it
Bit
comes
of a
across.
prick,
Yeah,
straight
that's
in.
Probably Max Headroom, yeah.
Interesting. I'd go down the prick route myself.
Okay, cool.
And I'm thinking Timmy Mallet.
Oh,
Bit of bitsy teeny weeny. I'm fairly sure that was
Could be, yeah.
quite annoying. If not, I would have just,
Oh, yeah,
saved the
Mallet,
world
yeah.
from
Yeah, he was a bit
90s
annoying when he
prick
met.
Mallet. So
Yeah.
doing them a favour.
Win-win.
Raw, yeah.
Win-win.
Win-win, exactly. Nice. Thank you for that, Tommy. What else have we got? Oh, hello. What new sport would you invent and what would you call it? Asks Tim Sinbad.
New sport was I?
A new sport and what would you call it? Oh. Oh,
Mike
hello.
dodging.
Mike drops.
Mike
Yeah, they'll go this one first. I'm going to have a little think.
Let's have a little ponder.
Oh.
So the thing is, I should use this time to think myself, and I don't. I just listen to what you two nonsenses are coming up with. What about you then, Dale? What sport are you inventing? What are you calling it?
I'd like bazooka ball.
Oh,
You've
hello.
got two bazookas on your arms.
Right,
You're
yeah.
filled with snooker balls.
Snooker balls?
Yeah,
Yes,
snooker ball.
love
It's,
that.
yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's not messing around. It's extreme snooker ball or bazooka ball.
And you got to fire it into a old lady's mouth.
Well, no chance of knocking her teeth out, of course, because she's
in
obviously
a
got.
packed Morrison's.
Wow, that is the
Yeah.
bit I like.
So
Before that,
that's
it
what-
was kind of
Yeah, it's cruel, isn't it?
But
Yeah,
yeah, I
so-
like the fact it's in a packed,
Packed
Morrison's,
Morrison's, yeah.
possibly down one of the smaller aisles, so it's a bit fraught.
It's
with,
an old lady
she's trying to catch snooker balls.
with her mouth open and her dentures out, possibly. Because you don't want to break her tooth, do you?
You don't
No.
want them to break her one remaining good tooth, so all the teeth have whipped out.
true.
That's nice. Extreme bazooka ball
Yeah, that's.
in Morrison's. What about you, then, Mr. Reynolds?
I think I would go for probably links to, should have been probably the answer to my first one, but it wasn't 80s related. But this one I would go for Kyle bashing.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Jeremy Kyle.
So you've got to hunt down Jeremy Kyle.
Interesting. So
it's a bit like
specific
Celebrity
person,
Hunted. So
Right.
he gets a 24-hour head start,
Yeah,
and he just goes off in hiding. But he hasn't got many friends, obviously, because he's not very liked.
clearly. Yeah.
He's upset. I've said a lot of people are after him from obviously his TV show.
Yeah.
Didn't make many friends on there, and you've got two teams basically go after and got to hunt him down, and there's no mercy. You kill him pretty much.
Straight in.
Yeah.
Televised.
Oh yeah.
Lynching and killing of
Televised, yeah. It's
Jeremy
a bit
Kyle.
like it's like Celebrity Hunted and Challenge Annika. So everyone's got like everyone's got like body.
Instead of building a sports hall, they're
Yeah.
killing a.
It's got like bodies. So you could
ITV.
even have maybe Annika Rice as well in the team.
that'd be nice, yeah.
Or she's
Celebrity.
like the judicator, runs around just making sure it's all being done, sticking to the rules and that. Bit like Running Man as well. It's got a bit of everything.
Oh,
It really has, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I quite like that.
But like, yeah, nobody cares for Kyle. So what did I call it? Kyle.
well, that could be your tagline.
That
if
cool?
you're
yeah,
the
that's exactly it.
Nobody cares for Kyle. Yeah.
Bang. Done.
Oh, that is a good one. Actually. What did I call it? Kyle what?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Vile Kyle. Or
Kyle Hunt or something. But
Kyle
yeah,
has that.
nobody cares for
Nobody
Kyle.
cares
That's
for Kyle.
lovely. Yeah.
Nobody cares for Kyle.
Yeah, I like that. I
Gee,
think that's a
I
good.
like that. I'm putting my money in that. Let's televise that.
Sounds a bit like
ITV.
an 80s sitcom or something.
Well, I was
Exactly, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, you're
Nobody
right.
cares.
I was just thinking
And there'd be
maybe
like a guy that walks on and just goes, oh.
maybe we
Like,
could give it
shakes his
for
head.
Sheila as a lyric for a song that she was talking about. Nobody cares for Kyle.
Nobody cares for Kyle. That's
Yeah,
the new
get it.
lyric. Lovely
Get
stuff.
it done. Get it done, man.
I'm gonna move on from a terrible impression, but
What's yours?
I can't think of one, so that's why I want to move on.
Yeah, it's hard to
I
think
might
of the
come
spot.
back. Yeah, I'm concentrating on you guys too much. All my love and attention goes on you. You know that.
What about the elephant's revenge? Like on the chickens?
What he's firing other poultry
Yeah.
at them.
Yeah. What would be nice?
Guinea fowl
Oh, yeah.
straight in, just
Yeah.
fired out the trunk.
Pheasants.
Like guinea fowl darts,
Yeah, that'd be good.
but by elephants.
Yeah.
There you go.
gotta be.
I mean, we'll definitely
Oh,
take
you
it
know,
on Channel
like the
5.
duck, what's the duck alley thing? You used to, but you've got chickens walking and he fills up his trunk with loads of guinea fowls.
Oh, like at the fair where you have to
Yeah,
shoot them down
you
and
just-
stuff.
That's to hit them and
Bang,
that's to knock
bang,
them
bang,
out.
bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang. Yeah, Duck Hunt. Do you remember Duck Hunt on the
Yeah.
Nintendo?
It's great.
Lovely stuff. I've gone down a rabbit hole. Get me out of this. Here we are. Courtney Cox is going to get me out of this. In fact, Courtney Kisses Cox is asking a question
okay.
and says, "What would be your household weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse?" So you run into your house. Outside, there's millions of wild zombies. You can only arm yourself with what's in the house. What are you taking to fight back the intruders? The undead army.
Like bottle opener, like corkscrew one. Just
Well, the proper old school thump in the head.
yeah. Or go old fashioned, a bit like Walking Dead. I'd just have one of them ornament samurai swords.
Just handily placed.
Yeah, I
just
mean that'd
in
be the
case.
better one because
Than a corkscrew. Yeah, I'd
yeah.
say
But
it's
if
definitely
I'm just a corkscrew, obviously I do have in my house a samurai sword hanging on my wall. I
Do
don't,
you not?
unfortunately.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, like a corkscrew. Yeah,
Bang.
But just
In.
pull the wings back, tape it to. Maybe I'll get to.
Because it's a tampon.
Actually, I'll probably take it. Then I'll tape it to my
Oh,
hands.
a
I have
couple
two of them.
Throwing left and right. Punches in bunches.
And as I'm punching, I'm twisting the wrist.
Oh,
Like
subtle.
Robocop when he's got the spike
Yeah.
in his wrist.
Yeah. And then to pull it out, you have to twist your
I
arm
love the
back.
fact that you come with like a variety of
Special effects.
special effects now. He really, I mean, he's
Yeah.
violent, but I love it.
It feels like
two
walking
corkscrews.
Swiss Army knife.
It's exactly what he is, isn't it? Yeah.
Two corkscrews on my hands.
Two
Yeah.
corkscrews, lovely. Definitely got those in the house. Richie D, what about you? The household weapon of choice for a zombie apocalypse.
Couldn't go as brutal as that. I don't think, even though it's a zombie, I don't
We could
know.
do cuddle 'em.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. No, I'd still be like,
Yeah.
back off, zombie, back off.
Yeah, give me some space.
I'd take
Reason.
It out. I'd
Would
take
you
it
have
out.
reason? Would that be your weapon?
I think so.
Come on, guys. Why can't we all just get on?
No, I'd take it out with a scourer.
You'd polish them to
Yeah,
death.
or like a Brillo pad or something. Like really
Oh,
sort
nasty.
of rip at their face.
So they get like quite an aggressive
Yeah.
open saw.
Sort of, yeah.
And slowly but surely.
enough,
Yeah.
Use your toast again.
Yeah, with like my brother. Yeah.
But that would take ages, and by that time you'd have about 10 of them on you.
Yeah, well,
And then before you know it, you're a zombie yourself.
It's the
And then
risk
you've got
I
me
take,
putting a
Phil.
corkscrew through your head.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I've got you, old scourer hand. Oh, sorry, not scourer hands. Corkscrew hands.
Corkscrew fists over there.
Over
Yeah,
there,
you're going to
just
come to his rescue, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like an absolute legend.
Jumping,
You are.
yeah. You can imagine jumping through a skylight to the rescue.
Or we'll have that moment where he doesn't. 'Cause he's
Yeah.
taken too long, and then I'm going to get to him, and he gets eaten. And then we have that moment where he just looks at me, and I'm like,
Oh, it's just-
sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Then you
And
dry,
then you have
then
to
you
finish
dry your
Dell off.
tears with the scourer.
Yeah.
Knowing
The soft side.
Knowing that Dell's going to turn, you have
Yeah.
to finish him off with the
got to do it,
corkscrew.
innit?
Yeah, that's true.
Your podcasting host would finish you off with a fucking corkscrew, Dell.
I know,
How do you feel
exactly.
about this?
He's
I
finished
feel
me
like a
off.
line's been crossed.
He's finished me off less violently than that.
He
before.
certainly has. Finished me off. Pickled gherkins.
What about you, Jimmy?
I would think I might go down the deodorant and lighter route and flamethrower it up.
Oh yeah, that's like
That's what I'd go. But a big old can of deodorant.
That'd be a zipper. They kind of want them other. They're so unreliable.
proper.
The
So
other
how
ones.
many? Like how long? So what sort of size sort of deodorant can would take out, and how many zombies?
Do you know what I'd think? I'm thinking. Do you remember like big hairspray cans? That used to come
Yeah.
from- They were
Yeah.
fucking enormous, weren't they? They were like 16 litres of nonsense. I mean, they'd all be used
Be
in
like
one day.
Tresemme.
Tresemme.
Yeah, or a
Bit
silver
of,
kid, whatever they were called.
Indiana
Yeah.
Jones face melting. Stuff.
That's exactly what I'd do. Yeah, I'd melt face.
Melt face.
Make sure you pick up the right one, though. If you're going to do it, it's mousse.
What a nightmare!
No.
Oh shit, that has not gone well. Okay, eat on, chaps, eat on. There we go. Plenty of options there, it turns out. All right, let's do this last one, and then we can all go home for tea and crumpets.
Oh.
It says, Gene Hyena is asking, what is your spirit animal if you were an animal drinking spirits? I finished on a strong one. So, what's your spirit animal if you were an animal drinking spirits? Phil looks like he doesn't understand the question.
I'm trying to work it out.
I mean, if you want
So
to
I'm
break
an
it down,
animal. I'm drinking a spirit. And then what would
What's
my
your spirit
spirit animal be for me being
so
drunk?
I am a hyena on Heineken, and my spirit animal is a hedgehog because I love everything with H in it for Heggers.
Oh, nice.
No thinking, straight in. Wallop.
Okay, so I'm a raccoon. Drinking
You got big.
vodka.
Raccoon.
Oh,
Oh, vodka drinking
And my
raccoon.
spirit animal would be so a raccoon on vodka. Fucking that's pretty bonkers, isn't it? I'd be like I'd be a bat, I think, after that.
A bat.
Yeah.
Out of hell?
Yeah.
Very 80s. Very 80s.
Yeah.
Lovely. Richie D, what say you? Finish off this nonsense question so Gene can rest easy. What spirit animal if you're an animal drinking spirits?
I'll be a Komodo dragon
Wow. Big.
drinking baby sham.
Lovely. Classy. A classy Komodo dragon. I'll have what she's having. I'll have a baby sham. Yeah, I'll have a baby sham too. And your spirit animal?
Spirit animal is a
Mouse. Mouse. There is a moose loose about this house. That's for sure. It's like that was broken.
Alligator.
What, a lovely
Alligator,
pizza from the
yeah.
Pizza Go-Go? A little alligator.
a rhino.
Wow.
A rhino.
Loves it. It's always got the horn.
Yeah.
That's what it is, isn't it? Lovely. Well, that is a mixed bag of letters from the viewers.
As
slash
always.
listeners.
As always.
As always. I'm starting to think they might be weird, you know.
No.
But we love them dearly, nonetheless. So keep them coming in to the letters and emails. And there she blows, folks. That's 1981, all wrapped up with a big fat neon bow on the top of it. Nice work, chaps. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Joe Snow.
Oh, thank you very much. Or
Francis McKenna.
Francis McKenna. That's
I
right.
think it was. All good.
Glad you
81 good for you?
Yeah.
The fact of you can remember what comes out of my mouth.
Only some of it. The rest I'd literally let
Yeah,
happen
just
and
goes.
wash over me, which is the safest way to be, I think.
It's probably the best
With
way
all
to-
of us, to be fair. But yeah, it was a nice one.
It's good.
It was
Enjoyed
a
it.
very
Lovely little
nice
thing, wasn't it? It was a lovely one. We didn't do the full opera version, Del. Maybe another episode.
Maybe another one.
Yes, I think it has.
Always better.
So, Blankers, we are off for a kebab and a lager top or two, but we'll be back like a bad smell again very soon. Obviously, if you can't wait that long for our dulcet tones to grace your old ear rolls, then head towards our back catalogue over at Spotify, Apple, Amazon, or any other podcasty places you care to frequent. What you could do, however, if you're at a loose end, is check out our 3 specially curated Spotify playlists. So we kind of mentioned them on the special that wrapped up the noughties, didn't we? So we've produced 3 Spotify playlists, one for the 90s, one for the noughties, which are fully complete and contain 90 songs, is it? 30 from each of us, that sort of take you through the decades.
Of
So
the songs you
essentially,
picked, haven't they?
yeah, everything that we put forward as a top 3 album, we've taken one song from each of those albums, making 30 for each of us, 90 in total. So you've got one for the 90s that will see you through a whole host of terrible pop and some indie. A load of noughties, which takes you through a bit more of that kind of rock era. And now, with the 80s episodes, we're going to update it after every episode that comes out with that year's songs, correct?
Yeah.
So by the time this one comes out, you'll have 2 years worth.
Are we doing that way? Are we going to do 81 to 80s to the 80s episode, 81 to the 81 episode?
what a thought.
So there's one to each episode.
What a rush.
And then we could, at the end of it, just do a compilation.
We
80s
could do
one.
that, couldn't we? Either way, there'll be another
it'd be
Spotify playlist for you to check out for the 80s.
We'll make
too.
it up as we go along.
It's what we do for the rest of this shit, isn't it? So let's be honest. So yeah, just search Not 40 Just Blank in Spotify and you should come across those playlists. So get on with that. We're off for a kebab and we'll see you next time. Bazzy bad, Blanca people.
I love a club. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, bye. Bye.
Yeah,
It's like-
bye.
it's like Phil
Yeah,
with the-
bye.
How am I polite again? I forget. What do I do? Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
Get out my pub.
See you later, people.